Alrighty. Good morning, lovelies. Welcome back to Morning Monologues. Dang. I haven't had this set up in a while. But hello, friends. Welcome in. Let me catch up on chat here real quick. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, yeah. For some reason, I don't have... Oh, right. Actually, yes. I don't have blurps on this setup just because it's more podcasty vibes. But welcome in, J-Man. How's it going, friend? And congrats to Dan for redeeming first. Dan, I believe you're in the lead now. Let me check my notes here. Yeah, we have a Dan with 4 points now, Neon with 3, Ms. Sharpie with 2, and Nightney, Ghost, Grace, Lizzie, and Kishu all with 1. Let's go.
Me first! Me first! Me first!
I first! Ah! Speaking of Ms. Sharpie, welcome in, hon. How's it going? Ms. Sharpie was given a warm hug from Mama Cat. Got some partying and some booping happening in chat. Let's go, let's go.
Give me a hug, you spicy nugget.
Eric, hello, good morning. I think Kat would order the big cluckin' chicken sandwich from Applebee's. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever been to Applebee's. I don't think I have. Interesting. But that does sound good. That does sound really good. Oh, man. Hi, Kat, how are you? I'm good. I'm a little sleepy. Charlie decided to wake me up at 6:30 this morning. Coughing up a hairball. Normally I can, okay. Maybe other people can resonate with this. Normally, I can sleep through almost anything. Probably now not so much because I've gotten so used to the silence. But back when I lived with my family, when there were 9 of us in the house, I could sleep through the boys all yelling and hooting and hollering, playing video games. But working at camp, I would wake up to the little pitter patter of one of the campers tiptoeing across the cabin to ask me to walk with her to the bathroom. Is anyone else like that? It's like almost like selective hearing as you're sleeping. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Does anyone else have that? I don't want to call it an issue or problem, whatever, because it's not bad. Yes, Ferric Blurp. It's great. I love it. 10 out of 10 would recommend Blurp. All the hugs, all the hugs. You're not missing much with Applebee's. That's fair. That's fair. Man, I wish I could sleep until 6:30 a.m. What time do you usually wake up at? I mean, I used to wake up at, what was it? There was one point in my life where I would wake up at, what was it, like 4:30? And then walk to work at 5? So it would take a heckin' second. I said that because first thing I saw on your stream was an Applebee's ad. Oh, interesting. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, where did Applebee's come from? I just thought maybe you just really liked Applebee's. I've been up since 4 a.m. Same time I get up every... Oh my good glory. That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense. If that's part of your job, that makes sense. I've never understood people that like don't have to get up at 4 a.m. but choose to get up at 4 a.m. It's like, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do that.
Friend. Go get some rest.
Ah, thanks for lurk, pretty boy. Have a wonderful lurkage. Oh my good glory. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, welcome in, Raiders. Hello, Gaming for Jesus. Let's go. Unfortunately, I don't have a raid party set up here, but welcome in. Welcome in. How was your stream? What were you streaming? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here's some time for some morning monologues. 6 a.m. right now. Yeah, it's early. It's early for some people. Didn't have to be up, didn't have to be up that early, but I was. I mean, that's fair. My mom and I used to share a white chocolate walnut blondie at Applebee's. So that will always be nostalgic to me. Aw, that's so sweet. I like that. That's really, really sweet. Taking a snack break? That is good. Snack breaks are important. I love the snacky snack breaks. I we'll probably have to grab breakfast at some point. But right now, I'm just sipping on my water because it takes a bit for my stomach to wake up. But yes, we are here. We are here. We are here. To quote Courtney Here's a Who. Let me see. Bum, bum, bum. Guest, surprise guest. When you are ready, feel free to jump into stream waiting room, or I can give you permission to jump into stream hangout. But yes, y'all, we are back finally with some morning monologues. I've been meaning to bring this series back, and it's been rough, but we're back. We're here. We got a couple episodes planned. Today's episode, I asked you guys to submit your relationship flags, whether it's a red flag, green flag, beige flag, you know, all the flags. So, and y'all submitted over 100 flags. I mean, some of you guys submitted lists, and there were some repeats. So even with the repeats, even with the lists and stuff, breaking it down, it's over 100. It's over 100. And that was even before I added my own to it. So, you know, it's great. It's gonna be a nice long 3-hour session. Hey Joe, welcome in. How's it going, friend? It's been a hot minute. Hope you're doing well. I get it. I'm not too crazy. I am also not too crayon about certain restaurants. Unless they're restaurants that have like the brown paper covering on as the quote unquote tablecloths and give you crayons. Those are some fantastic restaurants. Even if the food is like subpar. If you give me quote unquote drawing placemat and crayons, I will keep myself entertained for the rest of my time there. But yes, all right. So we do have a guest. I'm just gonna double check, see if they're ready. There we go. All right. So before we get started though, let's see here. I'm good. I'm just doing cycling for 3 hours and I reach a new top speed in my bicycle. It's 45. Wait, that's crazy. Good stuff, friend. Cycling for 3 hours. That's a long time. Holy cannoli. Hold on a second here. Hold on a sec. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. Yes, I see you there, Hood. I see you. Oh, dang.
Hi.
Hi.
I thought when you said pull me in, I feel like I remember people could like pull literally like if you had the administration abilities, you could take someone from like the whoever's in your Discord server and you could just like pull them in. And so I was expecting that to happen. I don't know why.
Oh. I mean, you can. You just have to be in a voice room already.
Oh.
And then you have to pull them. Otherwise, I mean,
Shows
that'd
my
be
Discord knowledge.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. That would be some crazy power though, you know? Someone's like online but like maybe off doing laundry or cleaning or something and I just like whoop, pull them in a voice chat like, "Ah, how'd I get here?"
Yeah.
Just oh man. Anyway,
Wow.
y'all, you guys remember Hood, right? Oh, I forgot to add that in
Probably
my
not.
Oh, shush.
Not the most memorable person. I'm just
the professional gaslighter. Yeah, they'll remember you.
Lebowski, are you in here? You are in here, Lebowski. Bro,
Oh, no.
let's go. We both agree that What Child Is This should be higher on the list. We're not letting it go. We're not letting it go.
Oh my gosh. We're not talking about Christmas songs. But yes, for anyone who's new, y'all, this is Hoodlamut. Hoodlamut, this is chat.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Ay, I'm still waking up. Everything's funny.
No, I feel you.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
still a little groggy myself. My throat, I think, is still a little off right now.
That's fair. As soon as I
Thank
said,
you,
hey, y'all,
friend.
I'm like, oh,
Go get some
I haven't
rest.
talked yet this
Yeah.
morning. It's like that morning voice was like, oh, I haven't spoken to anybody yet. I haven't like gotten all it out of my throat.
That's funny. Yeah, I got that froggy morning voice. I got that like Eric Vale Sanji voice right now.
Hey, it's not a bad voice. It's not a bad voice.
Hey, thanks. This is where I have to do all my voice acting so I can sound like that brooding type.
There you go. There you go. That's your challenge for the rest of the stream is to practice your voice acting skills. Did you think you were coming on as a guest? No, this is practice for voice acting. We're going to be judging you by the end of the stream.
Oh, goodness. Put on the spot.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, no.
You gaslight, I put people on the spot. But yes. Oh, Ferric, thanks so much for the lurk. And Lebowski, thank you for the hydrate. Also, just FYI, Hood, I know I didn't specify this earlier, but I make my guests drink water too, so that I'm not the only one drinking water.
Oh, okay. I have a full thing of water and a half-eaten muffin. So.
Oh, well, you're one step ahead of me. My muffin's still in the fridge.
Yeah. Oh, well, don't feel bad. This muffin was actually, like, left here since yesterday, so it's just still been...
Oh! Is it like a rock
it's
now?
contained. It's contained. It's
Okay.
Contained. It's contained. It's contained.
I'm
What
like,
do you think I
oh,
am,
please
a
don't eat.
Neanderthal? A barbarian?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. like,
honestly, you know what? That's kind of guy life, so I wouldn't put it past you. What kind of muffin is it? It's a chocolate one.
Like just like chocolate or chocolate chip or...
So it's like the bread is chocolate, but then it's got like
Ooh.
chocolate pieces in it, and it's pretty nice.
So it's a double chocolate muffin. Ooh.
It's pretty good.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you got me beat. Mine's a banana chocolate chip.
Okay, that's still good though. That's still good.
True. I'm just hoping it's
Yeah.
still good because it's been in the fridge for a little while, so I'm hoping it's still good. We will find out later. Stay tuned, friends.
Gets that nice fridge taste, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is contained.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I was doing a video just recently, and it involved having muffins, and I had to keep them for a long time, so I'd throw them in the freezer, and then I'd take them out. And toward the end, right before I got all the footage for it, I had to eat the muffin for one of the shots, and the muffins were like, they're not freezer burnt, but they had been frozen and unfrozen so many times, they just tasted like garbage.
Oh no!
It was so bad.
Oh,
And
yep.
yeah, it was not good, and I don't know exactly what happened to them, but it was the good side, the good part of it was that I had to, like, the part of the thing I had to act like was while I'm eating it that it like didn't taste good, like it was starting to make my stomach upset, and I'm like, I don't gotta do any acting. This is all method acting. This sucked.
It's like, I don't have to
Really
pretend
bad.
at all. This actually does taste like trash.
Yeah.
Oh
It was bad.
no. Oh man. Sorry, backtracking a little bit to the muffin being left out. I was only concerned because I've done that once or twice where maybe this is my red flag, guys. Don't judge too harshly, but there's been once or twice where I'm one of those weird people that I eat the top off of the muffin first, but then I'll get like hyper focused on like editing or streaming or something, and I'll leave the other half, like it's still wrapped and stuff, but I'll leave it on the side of my desk, and then the next day I'll be like, oh shoot, I didn't finish my muffin. But at that point, it's a little puck.
Oh, Kat, you can't do that. You
I
just you ate all
know!
the best part of the muffin.
I know!
Who wants to eat the bottom part when the top part's gone? You gotta eat it from the side like a burger. That way you get top and bottom.
I know, but it's just easier to eat the top. Because then it's like, I don't have to worry about too much crumbs because I just hold it still encased in the muffin wrap. I just eat the top. And then when I have time, when I can use my hands, when I don't need to be like touching my keyboard or my mouse or whatever, it's...
Muffin abuse.
You make Jesus sad. I repent. See, guys, again, just pulling it right back. We're talking about flags today. That's my red flag, guys, is I eat the tops of muffins.
The most egregious red flag.
This is why I'm still single, guys.
The most egregious. She takes a picture of the muffin and then proceeds to only eat the top of the muffin.
Oh my gosh. I like the whole of muffins. It's easier to eat the top first because then you're not making a mess from the beginning, you know? It just I said don't judge me. How dare. Also, welcome in, DJ. Good to see you, friend.
Yeah, what's
Oh
up?
man. All right. So, this wasn't part of the plan, but I just happened to open TikTok this morning, which I very rarely do. Like, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'll upload clips and like schedule them to be uploaded at certain points, and then I'll just leave TikTok. Otherwise, I'll just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So this morning, I went to go see like how my last clip did, and I found this TikTok that just blew up. And it goes very well with our theme. Hood, I will DM it to you so you don't have to try and watch it on stream and stuff. Give me one sec here.
Also, I must say, I like the whole little setup you got going here, you know? What kind of coffee do I have right now? It's steaming, whatever it is.
What kind of coffee do you like? It's
Gotta
good
have
coffee.
it straight black. It's just straight
Oh,
black.
why? What is wrong with you men?
Because that's the only way to drink coffee. Am I right, boys? I swear, if some of you say otherwise, it makes me look like a fool.
Then you'll be made a fool of.
All right, are we
Thanks.
watching this on 3, 2, 1, or how's this working? Am I just watching it myself?
Yeah, hold on a sec. Thanks for the hydrate, Dan. So we both need a sippy sip.
Oh man, I just took a sip. You're gonna make me pee, dude.
Dude, now you know how I feel. It's just like, this is me every stream that Dan's here. But
But
yes.
it's for my boy Lebowski. Gotta do it for my boy.
Oh my gosh. You guys and your boy stuff. All right. So I think I have the browser volume on. So yeah, we can do a 3, 2, 1 type dealio.
All right, that sounds good.
Let me just pause my music here for a second, folks. All
Are
right.
we going on 1 or are we going on like click? Like how is this working? Like 3, 2, 1 click or 3, 2, 1?
Oh yeah, we can do 3, 2, 1 click.
Okay. All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1 click. Oh, now it's not gonna load. What the heck?
Oh, mine loaded. Oh, should I wait?
No, you're good. You're good. Just keep watching.
Oh.
That's what went wrong. That's why she didn't text you back.
That's an integral step, dude. You have to, especially at night.
He ended the date, and he didn't walk her to the car.
But it's like free brownie points. It takes like 10 seconds, and it's like
10
easy
seconds.
to do. Yeah.
Why didn't you walk her to the car?
But he's saying he's not interested.
My car was completely in the other direction.
It doesn't matter if your car's on the other side of the Sahara Desert. You walk her to the car.
But I didn't.
Why
Wait,
not?
Okay, because it was cold outside and it was dark. Why would I want to walk her?
Why you needed to walk her to her car?
You do it. Did your dad not teach you this?
So she walked in the dark, in the cold, alone to her car. You didn't walk her to her car?
The guy in the back though.
My boy is flabbergasted. Oh my gosh.
I will say, okay, so because I was curious, because again, like a lot of people call that old fashioned, and the fact that the guy there, again, I don't know if it was all just like a skit, and they just like, I don't know, came up with the script. Okay, all right. Hold on a second. I'm turning that off for now because we're focusing on the podcast. Sit down, people. But I was curious what other people thought, like whether or not like it was faked or whatever. Like there are people that think that. There are people that like think both ways. And so I was checking the side comments, and there's some weird thing about like this has she came down in a bubble energy. I'm like, I don't know what that means. But
You don't know what that means?
I
Kat?
don't
Have
know
you
what
not seen
that
the video?
Hood, I told you.
Cat.
I don't.
Cat, I got it. Hold on, I gotta send you something. Everything stops until you've seen.
Gosh dang it.
She came down in a bubble, Doug. You haven't seen that? Are you
No,
kidding me? Oh my gosh.
Hood,
Hold on.
we discussed this multiple times. I've lived under a rock.
Oh my gosh, Cat.
It's fine. You look that up. I'm gonna catch up on chat here.
Yes, go ahead.
Miss Sharpie says, I'm weird when it comes to muffin. I like to chew on the paper when the pastry's in it. Wait, what? I like to chew on the paper that the pastry is in. Like getting like the rest of like the muffin residue off it is like, is that what you mean? Also, Ariel, welcome in. How's it going, friend? Ariel agrees with you. Hood, agreed. Black is how you know you like coffee, or else you like milk and sugar. And if your black coffee tastes bad, your coffee is bad.
Oh, so based. Who said that? Ariel? Oh,
Yeah.
So based. So based. That is exactly the actual case. How can you enjoy the eccentricities of coffee? It's like wine tasting, you know? It's like, do I sense a little smidgen of cherry in there? You know, it's like how can you taste your coffee if it's just sugar milk water, you know?
Now I'm just
Like-
imagining people at like, instead of wine tasting, they're doing coffee tasting, and like obviously that's a thing too, but like the whole like bougie like spin it around, sniff it, taste a little bit, like I'm getting hints of Arabian roast and this and that. Like, I don't know. I've worked at multiple coffee shops and people always made fun of me because I didn't like coffee, but it's like, it's fine. I don't like coffee. That's okay. I tried black coffee and that's how I found out I don't like coffee. I've had what is it? In Korea they have like these instant coffee packs, but they're like packed full of like powdered cream and sugar. And so it's like I drank a cup of that, but again, it was very much like, would you like some coffee with your cream and sugar? Like, not would you like some cream and sugar with your coffee? So
I see. Yeah.
I'll stick with my tea. Thank you very much. I like
Hey,
my tea.
tea's based too, so I'm okay with that.
Okay, good. I'm glad that I have your approval. Guys, I have Hood's approval.
Yes.
Somebody
for
clip that.
once.
Okay. All right there, buddy old pal. Jeepers.
Listen, for every diss to like a what child is this song, you have like 3 other, you know, like what do you want to say, approvals that you must get from me to undo the one disapproval. So.
All right, you know what? I'm fighting this with kindness. Hold on a sec, y'all.
No,
y'all,
that's not fair. You
may
can't
not know, but Hood doesn't stream on Twitch, but he makes YouTube videos. Did you know that he makes YouTube videos? If you go to your Google and you search Hood Lamut right now, you can find him right there. Give him a good old subscription. Watch his videos, like his videos, comment on his videos, and get this man to 2,000 subscribers. Let's go.
Thanks. That's me. Gosh dang it. It's not going to work forever, Cat. I'm going to have a hardened heart eventually.
No, you can't. Let's see what. What's the Bible verse?
Okay, yeah. Put it up on the big screen. Put it up on the projector. You need to watch this. The Wicked Witch of the East, bro. I can't believe you've never seen this. This is one of my favorite things.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on a sec. We're gonna pause the music. Are you doing a 3, 2, 1, go kind of thing? Or wait, you've already
3, 2, 1, go.
All right,
Yeah,
3, 2.
I'll count us in.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you count us in
Click.
first.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, click.
Hold on. This is my favorite. Hold on. Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess. The Wicked Witch of the East, bro. I'm gonna stab him. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? It's my favorite. She wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, dog. I'm not fighting with you. Grow up, I'm not fighting with you. Grow up. Get educated, bud.
What the heck? What did I just watch?
They're having an argument about whether the Glinda the Good Witch is actually a witch or a princess, and so he's like, I think he was arguing that she was a princess, I think, and so...
See, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, I think that's what we're going for.
Yeah. She came down in a bubble, Doug. Grow up, bro. I love it so much.
Okay, I have seen this before. I didn't know that's what people were referring to.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love like a lot of the comments are usually like they're like when he's like whipping his head, they're like his hair was arguing with him. I think that's really funny.
Just the head flicks and everything, like just the amount of sass.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh,
just
yeah. He was feeling it.
He was very much feeling it.
This is how I argue right here. So, this is what I look like. This was me against Kishu the other day. So.
Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Again, like I want you to take Hood's profile picture face and stick it on this man right now.
Sister, a princess.
With the hands and the head popping and everything. Just the head fling and the hair bouncing. It's just.
I don't know if you caught it too, because it's like it's kind of because he's so much more quiet than the other guy. But the other guy that is like taking the abuse, like when there's like that lull right as the other guy's walking away, he's just like, I'm gonna stab him.
Yes, I did.
It's like- funny.
I mean, okay. Sorry. Before I know, guys, we have a huge stinking long list to get through of
Sure.
relationship flags, but can I just point out that she herself in like the OG Wizard of Oz points out and says, like, she asks Dorothy, are you a good witch or a bad witch? Like, I am a good witch. She doesn't say anything about a princess. So she's a witch.
Yeah. I think he was going based off of aesthetic or something like that. You know, it was like one of those conspiracy theories, you know, or whatever. I don't know. I don't exactly know what he was on.
So then here's the question that he portrays. Are good witches princesses or are princesses good witches? Like,
Right, true. True.
which way does it go?
True. It's the witch paradox.
Oh, my good glory. What the heck? There we go. Okay. All right. Anyway, back to things.
Red flags.
Red flags. Okay, not gonna lie, right there. Where you can have those kind of arguments and still be laughing at each other. That's a green flag. That's a green flag right
oh,
there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, sorry. Back to my original question, y'all. This stop. Okay, that video we watched where the guys were
Yes.
debating over should you or shouldn't you walk a girl to her car, especially when it's cold and dark outside.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm just curious. What are your guys' thoughts and opinions on that? I have mine, but I want to hear Hood. I will pass the mic to you. You have the mic, friend.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, see, I'm more of a traditionalist, so I'm definitely I'm chivalrous in my mindset anyway. So there is no world unless she is like, see, even if she's like adamantly being like, you know, no, don't walk me to my car, I'm gonna have a hard time with that because I'm gonna be like, but I don't feel comfortable with you going at night in the dark alone. But I guess if you're like straight up telling me no, then I guess I won't. But that would I would feel really bad still.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's a no-brainer. You just, that's just what you do. As a guy especially. That's why I think that particular thing is funny because the guy's so dense. If that's actually real, you know, and not a skit.
Yeah,
And,
if it's real, then it's like, oh, buddy. And that's something that someone comments. Like, I wonder if any of the dudes I have dated have gotten a debriefing from. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing.
Yeah, I want you to care about my safety and comfort. Exactly, right?
Yes.
Like that's just, yeah. I also
Yes.
care about my safety and comfort. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Dan. Hydrate, Hood.
Oh man, jeez, man, my bladder.
We're gonna need like a. Well, you can take little sips. You can take little baby sips.
Yeah, that's true.
But yes, welcome in, Blue Cat. Welcome in, Grace. We are doing relationship tier list today. Thanks to all y'all's over 100 contributions to it. We're gonna be here a while, Hood. So, but
Hey.
if you have to leave at any point, no worries. Just if you want to stay for the long haul, buckle in.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But yes, I do agree with that. Again, like I've been single for so long that I've gotten used to being like the quote unquote strong independent woman who don't need no man. But really sitting over here and be like, I'd like a man, but I need to be content with my singleness and it's okay. But I was very much the quote unquote man for a lot of my girlfriends. Like we'd be okay. This y'all, this is how funny. Well, you guys can say sad or funny, whatever. But this is how real it was. I had all these like friends, female friends who were like half my height, basically, and we'd be walking down the street, and I would immediately walk I don't know how to describe this, but you know when you're walking down the street, one person's closer to the road than the other. I would immediately
yep.
opt to walk closer to the road than the others.
Oh,
Now,
babes.
some people might be sitting here and be like, "What the heck does that mean?" Ah, you are not old-fashioned. That is okay. But some like quote unquote unspoken chivalry rule is the man will usually walk between the woman, like put himself between the woman and the road in case something happens, or in case there's like, I don't know, a puddle and the car splashes or whatever. It's old-fashioned. I don't think anyone really does it much anymore. But in my head, I'm like, I gotta protect my girls. And I'm like twice their size, so I need to protect my girls.
That's so wholesome, though.
Thanks. It may have also partially been because me and one of my best friends in college, she was deaf in her left ear, and I'm hard of hearing in my right ear. And so we just eventually would get to the point where we'd start walking, and immediately we'd like walk so that she was on the left side of me and I was on the right side of her, so we could actually hear each other. Oh, good times.
Yo, that's crazy. So then you would have to sacrifice conversation if you wanted to protect the other, because then it'd be like, I can hear you, but I have to keep you safe.
Yeah, we would talk a little extra loud down the street. Nah, I was the growling chihuahua. I protected my tall friends. Oh, that's so cute. I like that. I still do it all the time. That's awesome, Ariel. That's awesome. Hashtag girl code. Yes.
That's so funny.
We also need to.
No, I feel like it's a no-brainer. So that's just me.
That's fair. That's fair. It's just.
I feel like you have to be pretty dumb guy to not think like, what? She has 2 legs. I mean, what's the problem, man?
Man, I will say, I would think that people would still do this and understand why. Because again, like the world's always been a scary place, but it's almost like extra scary nowadays because I feel like the world's getting eviler and eviler, or it's more acceptable for things to be like, people get like more of a pass card now with things, and it's like, okay, that's not okay. But while years back, I lived in the city. I moved to the city and lived there for a year, and I had some friends that lived in like the ghetto of the city. And my housemates were all freaking out every time I'd go visit them. Like, you're going to the alphabet? Because all the streets were like A, B, C, D, and stuff like that. But it was nicknamed the alphabet, and it was like kind of like the ghetto of the city. And I'm like, yeah, my friends live there. Like, they weren't down like the worst possible streets, but it was sketch. And every time I'd go visit, my guy friend would always walk me to my car, even though I was parked in their driveway. Like, he'd always, every time, would walk me to my car.
Unfathomably based.
And some people would be like, that's weird. Why is he doing that? I'm like, he's making sure that I actually get to my car. Like, there's some people that don't even make it to their car. Like, so that means a lot to me as a woman who is in a potentially unsafe area, knowing that I have a male friend who cares about me enough to be like, I want to make sure you get to your car safely, and I will watch you drive down the street to make sure you at least leave this street safely and stuff. So, you know.
Man,
also, welcome in, Dr. K. Yeah. Shout out to Topher if you're ever listening to this. I hope you're doing well, my guy. But yes. Anyway, all right. Sorry, I just wanted to start with that because I saw this morning. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect segue into it, and then.
Yeah, good opener.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't do that myself.
Thanks, God.
Thank you, Lord. All right. But yes, y'all, so I know you can't see it here. Don't worry. It's okay. I have these blown up. We'll read these together.
Gotta put on my spectacles for that. What the?
This is just to show like how many we have like in the green. Okay, so we have green flags, which are obviously good. These are good flags you would want to see in a potential future partner and stuff like that. We have beige flags, which it can be on the fence depending on the situation, or like I'd say one of my beige flags is I'm loyal to a fault, which is good in the sense of I stick it out with my friends, but also bad because I'll stick it out with toxic friends as well, and I'm like, ugh. So it's
that
like,
just means you're a good friend. So I don't know, still green flag as far as I'm concerned. That's my personal opinion.
Ah, shucks, thanks, pal.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have red flags. Like these these are things you want to be aware of. And mind you, this is just our opinion. We're going to be combining our opinions together because that is.
And as long as everyone knows that my opinion is objectively correct, we'll be fine. So that's all we need to know. Anyway, continue.
And this is how it gets canceled. Oh man. All right. Anyway, okay. So we have. Hold on a sec. Where's my setup here? I haven't used this scene on canceled. Oh man, we already got canceled. Oh no.
Nah, just me. It's just me. I'll take all the cancellation.
It's all good. All right. So our first one on the list is, and again, these are all ones that you guys submitted. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted them.
We just talked about this. Oh
I know. That's why it's funny. I did not put this in this order. I had an order of the ones that everyone submitted, and then I threw random ones in there. And then when I exported it to upload it into this tier list maker, it re-changed them again. So, so now they're all shuffled. But yes, our first one on the list is not holding the door for people behind them. Wait, people don't do this? Oh, this is yours, Grace. Let's go.
I have a whole story for it. So.
Funny story, guys. We actually Hood and I actually talked about this last night.
This specific topic, yes, yeah.
Well, would you like to share your story, Hood?
Sure. Why not? Bring some
Round two.
Flashbacks. Yeah, so I'll try to keep it brief, but
That's fine.
when I was internshipping many years ago, I went to a roller coaster park with the other interns, and it was 3 girls and then 2 of us guys, and we had a really good time overall. I still really love all the people that were a part of that, so it's like I don't have any animosity, but there was a particular moment where I can't remember what we were entering into, if it was one of the actual rides or if it was a like a place to eat. I can't remember. It's been a while, but wherever it was, I was in front for everybody else, and so I held the door open and everybody else entered except for one of the girls, who then told me, "I will not enter until you enter first." And I was like, wait, what? I was like, what? Why?
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I can't remember exactly how she explained it to me, but it was in essence saying, because, I feel like you feel like I'm inferior, that you have to hold the door open for me, like I can't do it for myself. Like in other words, chivalry was such a toxic, evil thing that it somehow in my brain, I must have been thinking, this poor inferior woman cannot open the door by herself. I must use my extreme form of masculinity to open the door, this glass pane door. And it's like, I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to be nice. I held it open for the dude that was there, and he was like, hey, thanks, man, and then walked away, and that was it. It's not that serious. And so finally, after see, and I have a personality too, okay, that in
case you guys didn't notice.
Yeah, I will I get stubborn, and because if I feel like something's unreasonable, I might just be like, oh, I guess we'll just sit out here all day then if you don't want to go, and I'll just wait. I'll just wait until you do so. But I didn't want to do that, and I had to be Christ-like, whatever. So I finally was just like, okay then, and I entered, and I was like, wow, I have never come across that, because where I come from, and as you've told me where you come from, Kat, it is just normal that people open the door, whether you're a guy or a girl, does not matter. That's just what you do, because I don't know, it's nice to do for people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wait, seriously? Yes, seriously. That actually happened to me, and I couldn't, my brain short-circuited. I couldn't understand why that was so bad. Canceled sexism.
Well, and I'm glad you included that last part there, because I was about to say, ladies, that doesn't excuse you either. Just being considerate of the person behind you. Again, you don't have to stand there and be like a whole show of let me swing this door open for you and stand here and wait for every single person to come through. You could walk to the door, and as you're walking through, just kind of pause a little bit while you hold the door open behind you so the next person can grab it, and you just keep going. It's something as simple as that, Yeah. Now
where I'm from too, there is kind of an inside joke of where people say that, like we have a tendency sometimes to hold the door open too early. Like someone's like a
Yes!
mile
Oh my
away,
gosh!
and so you're sitting there holding the door open, and if you're the person that's like walking toward the door, you feel this need to be like, oh crap, I gotta hurry up. Thanks a lot,
I gotta
man.
run.
Yeah. And so there's that, and so maybe that could lean toward beige if you do it just like all the time and you do it without the appropriate amount of time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I was
but
thinking the
I
same
think that that's
thing.
nitpicking personally. So
Honestly, like, and again, like, not to shame anyone who, like, oh, like, I haven't held the door open for anyone recently. It's like, that's fine. Like, you're not, like, there's not going to be opportunities to hold the door for people all the time, and that's okay. Whereas, just because you didn't hold the door for someone doesn't make you a terrible person. Like, sometimes you're, like, either, like, very focused on your task and you're not aware of the people around you, or, I don't know, you're sick, and so you're like, I don't want to touch things, so if you wouldn't mind opening the door for me, that'd be great. just things like that, So it's, yeah, I'd be leaning towards like putting it in beige just because, I don't know, not holding the door for people behind you doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. Sometimes it just means you're distracted or you're focused. It can allude to the fact like you're not considerate of others, but I wouldn't label this as like a deal breaker for me. Like
I
that
think
would
it depends on how you interpret it, right? Because it's
True.
like it's kind of the answer might be in the grammar. So it's the idea of like holding the door open for people is a green flag, but not holding the door behind them is like you said, it's like could be situational,
Yeah.
So I might say the same thing. I might say beige for that. If it was worded as holding the door open for people behind them, that's automatically green for me. So.
That's fair. All right, well, let's put that in beige for now. Grace has a story here. This girl was carrying a bunch of stuff so she could barely see over it. She clearly could not open the door, so as she approached, my guy friend opened the door for her. But she stopped and ranted about about men and waited until he closed the door. We watched as she failed to open the door and walked away. Okay, that's... Unfortunately, this is where I have an issue with feminism. Like, I'm very much for equality and for women being given more rights and stuff. Because, yeah, there's some countries where women are considered lower than dogs, and that's not okay.
Yeah.
But, like with many good things we have in our free countries, things spiral out of control, and then it becomes a I'm better than you. Watch me as I prove that I'm better than you. And even though I'm going to have to struggle and suffer when really I could just swallow my pride and accept your assistance, even though 9 times out of 10 people aren't offering assistance to be like, oh, look at me, I'm powerful, I'm so much better than you. No.
Yeah.
It's like just, Sorry.
Yeah.
End of rant.
No, I agree with you. Real quick, I just wanted to like point out before we did that, since Rosie said she just could jump in but didn't stay long. I just wanted to say hi. Thanks for saying hi.
Have a safe flight, hon. So good to see you. Take care.
Yeah, be safe.
Have all the fun things. All the fun things. That'll be glorious.
Yeah. But no, I agree with you. I think like to me, like I'm one of the ones that I would argue that feminism in and of itself is not what it purports itself to be. Like it's not actually trying to make women equal. In many cases, it's just either it's about like hating men or it's about trying to make someone superior over somebody else is what I have typically witnessed. So that's why when people say, wait, you're not a feminist, it's like, no, I just care about women. Is that okay that I just worded that way and like not, because I feel like there's something that comes with the movement in and of itself. That's my personal opinion. It's getting a little bit deeper, but yeah, it's just it becomes like unnecessary. And I feel the same way about masculism, by the way, where it's like the same thing. It's just feminism for guys. It's no different to me. It's the same thing. It's like, yeah, I care about guys, but I don't think that they're like better or that they should be treated as whatever. I don't know. Like but again, I feel like in a lot of cases for you to have that kind of a mindset, you do have to look at the world through the lens of Christianity. Like I think it's really difficult for people to do that appropriately without that. And unfortunately, at least from my history of what the stuff that I've seen, stuff like feminism, masculism, they all directly oppose a lot of the stuff that Christianity kind of sets up, which is why people are now getting mad at people holding the door open for them like it's some sort of an offense. That's like that's kind of like, it's funny because it's just like, you know, people are like, if you've ever seen those memes where it's like, you know, how it started, and they show like feminism, and it's like, yeah, women can vote or whatever, like at least in American standards or whatever, and then it's like how it's going, and it's like some lady doing that, like where it's just like, you know, how dare you open the door open for me, like you think that I can't. It's just like, okay, how did we get here?
It's like nobody's saying that.
Yeah.
Again, like the whole point with the feminist movement, like again, like with a lot of things, it started off good. It was like women can do things that men can do, which I'm like, okay, yes and no. But now it's become women can do things better than men can. It's like, okay, time out, because then like both genders are very competitive. So now that the women have thrown out the we can do things better than men, you get some men who are like, we'll bet, watch this. It's like,
and it's like, it feels like it's meant to pit both sides against each other.
It really
rather than
is.
have them work together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, for some reason, people are not, both guys and girls, I've seen it, they're not willing to say that guys and girls are actually good at different things, and that's what makes them complementary, and that's like that's okay.
Yep.
It's I don't know, it's just so weird to me. It's like, it's so unnecessary. I just,
it really is. It's just, it's so sad because again, people are so focused on like, well, I have to prove that I'm superior, that I'm better and stuff. It's like, well, okay, but also like everyone has different talents and abilities. Like I was trying to, I'm not good at coming up with things on the spot, but like, yeah, never mind. I'm not even gonna try. I was gonna try and like compare even like just us two. Well, yeah, Hood's really good at YouTube things. I'm really good at Twitch things. The fact that either or, like, that doesn't make either of us better than the other.
Yeah.
It just means that's our giftings, that's our talents, that's where we excel, and that's okay.
And I think like maybe even a more broader term like that I've heard more often. Again, I'm not entirely sure how true this is because there's always exceptions to the rule, but I feel like I've heard on a general rule of thumb, people might say like guys are really good at focusing on one thing and doing it really, really, really well, whereas women are really, really good at multitasking, right? And those are two different sets of abilities that are both necessary, but they're, you know, people kind of usually say like, oh yeah, it's just usually one leans better into doing one over the other, and that's a good thing, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Also, hydrate.
Oh, dude, man, I'm never gonna be thirsty again. Thanks, man.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. See? No, this is good. This is good. Like, this is good discussion. I feel like we're gonna be repeating that a lot through some of these.
Yeah, I'll try not to be repetitive.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I was just sharing for chat and stuff. Like, obviously things like this will come up again. But because we've kind of discussed it now, we'll probably like we might get sucked into it because again, this is morning monologues. But but yeah, we'll going forward, it's all good. Let me see here. All right, our next one is addicted to coffee. Wait, that's not right.
There it is.
Hold on a second.
Addicted to coffee. That's not
Did these?
Okay.
Did these get
technical difficulties?
Oh no! I uploaded these and I thought they were fine. Hold on a second.
No. May I perchance read chat while you're trying to do that?
Yes, please do.
Great. I will scroll back a little bit to look a little bit here.
Oh my
I'm a
gosh!
woman and not a feminist. Very based daughter of Zion. Very based. Let's see. I am pro women's rights, but we have that. Yeah, see, and that's kind of the thing for me, right? Is like, you go to like, it's almost like straight up, I hesitate to say certain words because I'm like, sometimes I feel like they could be too extreme, but it's almost like offensive to certain women in like other countries where they literally actually are oppressed. Like they literally actually are in bad positions, and it's like, and then you're
very
over
much so.
here drinking Starbucks, not letting me hold the door open for you. Like, what is your problem? Like, you know?
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's other women on the other side of the globe who's like, I would give my arms and legs to have a man treat me with that kind of respect out in public.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
And not like, well, anyway, I don't want to say stuff just because it's Twitch, but yeah. So it's.
No, you're good. You're good. Oh,
totally
also.
Feel that.
I'm dumb. That is the next one. I was looking at the wrong.
Okay.
Guys, did I mention I didn't get much sleep last night? It's okay. It's okay. We're fine. But yes, next one is addicted to coffee.
Addicted to coffee. Like define
Ah.
addicted. Like is it like an addiction that's like preventing me from doing things in life? Like I
Yeah.
can't go to my child's soccer game because I haven't had my coffee yet today type video?
I was gonna say, as someone who's worked in a coffee shop, like there's people who joke about being addicted to coffee. I have seen people come in first thing in the morning with the shakes and a ungodly rage to
Ooh.
anyone who takes up any more time than they think they should before they get their coffee. Like, I've seen those people. It's awful. Because again, like you're trying to give good customer service and you're like, good morning, like, what can I get you? And there's like just basically spitting in your face of like, coffee now. And it's like, okay, well, what kind? I just want black. It's like, okay, like that's all you have to say. And then it's like, what's it taking so long? It's like, I'm making you a fresh pot of coffee. Like, what do you mean? And it's, yeah. So
some of that, I wonder how far goes into like actual the coffee addiction, or if that's just the person's personality that then is coming out unfiltered because they don't have the coffee. Like that's like how much is that? How much of that is related to the coffee itself? Or, like, did the coffee alter their personality and turn them into like a little gremlin, like from the movies or whatever? That's what I would be trying to figure out. My gut reaction is to say beige flag, like Zion said. So
yeah, that's fair. I would agree with that. Because again, like,
be addicted to anything, right?
Yes,
So.
amen to that. Unless it's Jesus, then please be addicted to Jesus.
that's
Please stick
fine.
with Jesus.
Yeah, only drug you need. So.
All right, let me.
I feel like that one's pretty cut and dry. Because I don't have a problem with coffee, but if it.
Oh yeah.
If anything interferes with your life to the point that you can't do certain things without it, I mean, people make jokes about it, and so I'm sure a lot of them are straight up just jokes, but if it becomes a legitimate thing, like I can't do something without it, then it kind of is just like a drug addiction to some degree, right? So.
Oh, very much so. And like, I mean, tea's superior, but we won't go there.
We'll let you have it. We'll let you have it. I mean,
Thank
I'm
you.
not like
Thank
sold on
you.
coffee anyway. I actually probably drink tea more than I do coffee, but.
Hey, let's go. Alrighty.
No, it's the headaches and exhaustion causes irritation. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And like for some people, I'd be like, well, why didn't you just make coffee at home? Like, why would you like go this long without making coffee when you could have just made coffee at home? And now you're in a rush to like, you're late for work or you're late to drop your kids off at school, or now you're just like grumpy because of traffic. And it's like, why didn't you just make it at home? But again, like maybe they don't have coffee at home. Maybe their coffee maker broke. Who knows? Maybe they're just having a bad week and they just are like, I need a special coffee. And like, so again, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the hydrate, Dan.
Hydrate? Let's go.
You're not going to be that optimistic for long, my friend.
Man, it's gonna be like chugging, you know, like how they do at parties and stuff, except I'm chugging water. You're gonna water
chug. Anyway, all right. Our next one is, does Bible study with you?
Unfathomably based. That is a green
Yes.
flag, I think, automatically.
I would say so. It's like, unless you're not a Christian, in which case you're like, why are you doing this Bible study? It's like, well, then how'd you get there in the first place? But again, it's good. It's good for your soul.
Even still, it'd be like, you know, I don't believe, but I still want to do Bible study with you. I'm like, God's gonna get you in a second, then. So it's still great. It's still, I don't know. I don't see any area where that could be potentially bad, unless somehow if I had to play like nitpicking devil's advocate, where it's like, yeah, let's do Bible study so I can like undo all of your belief system or something. Then it's like, okay, well now you're not really studying. Now you just want to debate. But I guess.
Oh, I thought you were going a completely different way with that.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Just like, I don't know. I've seen some people joke like, oh yeah, let's get together and let's read the Bible. Yeah, let me lay hands on you and pray. It's like, no. Sorry, but no, that is also.
We went back to her place and read the Bible. Everyone else Netflixes and chills, but we read the Bible. Wow.
You've seen that Smosh clip?
Yes, I have.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I have. That's what I thought you were referencing.
Yes, that's what I was.
That was so funny. Yeah, we went back to her place and read
the Bible. It's just like, oh my gosh. Okay, this is great. Sorry, don't mind us, guys. We're just geeking out over here.
Yeah, just and a couple of goofs. That's all. He has a timer, Hoodley. You have a timer for
He does have a timer. Yes. He found out how
Yo.
long it takes in between for the cooldown, and he set a timer.
Yo, honestly, kind of what a champ. Making sure that we actually get water. You know? That's actually I
Oh
appreciate that.
gosh. Anyway.
No question, I would love that. Yeah. I mean, I think that's yeah, I don't know. I see no problem with this. Green flag immediately. I think
Same.
that's it.
Same. Next one is judges you for reading. I'm guessing YA is like young adult,
Yeah.
middle
Yep.
grade, or children's books.
The person doing the judging, it's kind of beige, I would say. It depends on the scenario, I feel like, right? Because
I would agree. Like,
one of my favorite book series growing up, and I still love and I still think would be a great book series, tell me if you've heard it before, guys, is Ranger's Apprentice. Anyone heard of that one by John Flanagan?
oh, I don't think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, I believe the guy is Australian, if I remember correctly, and it's a really good series, but he made it for his 12-year-old kid, but it doesn't read 12 years old. It reads like older. Like it reads like you could see this, like it makes me think of like Harry Potter in that sense, right? Where Harry Potter's technically for kids, but like can be enjoyed by adults because the story's very broad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has more, I wouldn't say grown-up themes, but like mature types of themes within there and stuff like that. About coming of age and stuff like that. So like, I still love that series. If someone was like, quote unquote, judging me for that, I'd be kind of like, well, okay, that's kind of, I mean, you haven't read it. I mean, maybe read it first before you know. But like, I don't know if like, if someone's also being like, you know, why do you read the Hungry Caterpillar all the time?
Hey, don't you knock my Hungry Caterpillar book.
I'm not knocking it. I'm saying, what if this was like, what if this person was someone who, and that's all the literature.
Oh
they
yes,
read,
very
right?
much so.
And they're just like, oh, I just love the Hungry Caterpillar. I just
like-
have to read it every day. And you're like, okay,
But why?
it's a little strange.
I mean, okay. I will say, I love reading manga and manhwa.
Yeah.
And I quickly learned, trying to like, once I had money to go out and buy them at like bookstores, I quickly learned that some of them have been split into the manga section and the young adults section.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, why are these separated? This doesn't make any sense. So technically, some of my books that I have that I thoroughly enjoy reading are considered young adult, which again, like no shame, no bashing of that. But it's like, I love this series. Like, why? Yeah. But anyway, I realize that some series are a little more mature than others. So maybe that's just, they're going off the rating or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I feel like it becomes obnoxious if the person's like, you should be reading Shakespeare. Why are you not reading, you know, I don't know, like Odysseus and Homer? And it's like, okay, like, yeah, those on my reading list eventually I want to get to, but maybe I want to hear a story about a kid that like becomes a ranger and like he like learns how to shoot a bow. And I don't know.
I need to find the One Piece. I need to find out if the
I
One Piece is real.
Piece, yeah.
I just need to know.
The
Yes.
One Piece is real, haven't you heard? My gosh. Ranger's Apprentice, I love it. Let's go, Zion! Let's go!
There you
Your dad loves it too?
go.
That's so based. Yes, yeah, it's fun and realistic. That's why I liked it. It handles mature themes so well. You're so right. Oh, you're so right. Oh my gosh.
There you go. Immediate friendship was made.
So correct for that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Dr. K considers it a red flag for them because sounds proudful and judgmental. It kind of reminds me of a video where some girls are judgmental about a dude playing video games as an adult.
I can totally see that. I can see that.
That is fair. I can see both sides. Again, I'm very thanks for the hydrate, Dan.
Yes.
Like with my personality type and stuff, I can definitely I have an easier time seeing both sides of things. So it's like, yes, if you're going to be judging someone for enjoying what they enjoy, as if it's not hurting anybody or themselves, it's like, okay, well, like just let them enjoy their thing. But also, if that is all you consume, like even with video games, like I don't condone people putting down or making fun of people that play video games, but I also don't condone people that their entire life is video games. Like that's not healthy either. So it's like
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway. Kat
Yeah,
gets
no, I
canceled on
agree.
Twitch. She hates gamers. Sorry.
No, because I think it's like it's like I agree with how do you even pronounce that? DRK? How do I
Dr.
how do I
K.
address Dr. K? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with you in that regard of the like, because I've seen that and there's kind of like I don't want to say like an epidemic, but there is definitely like where people get upset about people. Like I've seen even like older generations where they're just like, you know, you got to quit playing video games. That's just for children. And I'm like, says the dude who sits in front of the TV and watches football all the time. Like, just because it's not something your generation understands doesn't mean that like the things you do are not the exact same thing. It's like, you know, it doesn't have to always be productive. It can be stuff that's just like, I do this to like chill out and I like to enjoy a story and to like do something that's not in true reality. So I get like that element, but yeah, but like you were saying, it's like anything that you do in excess can become a problem. I've known people like that where all they do is just game, and it can when it impedes upon your actual life, that's when you have to start saying, okay,
Exactly.
maybe I gotta go touch grass a little bit. But
Maybe I should go roll in some grass just to feel alive.
Yeah. You've probably been inside so long you have an allergic reaction to it now.
Also, Comfy Hobbit, welcome in, hun. I read Frog and Toad till I'm dead. Judge me. Oh, I ain't gonna judge you. I love Frog and Toad. I haven't read that in so long. They're great.
I don't think I've heard of that one. I might have to check that out. Frog
Oh, it's like I think it's actually a British kids book series.
Oh, okay.
Or it's very British themed. It's like a frog and a toad and they're friends. And they do life and stuff like that. So I don't know how else to explain it. It's really cute.
Yeah, okay. Very nice.
All right. Well, we'll keep that in. I'm gonna put a bottom of beige flags. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter where we put things. I'm not gonna try and grade like is this high or is this low? No, we're just throwing that in there. Otherwise, we'll be here all day.
Yeah.
Also, hey River, welcome in. Some of those books are better than adult books. Yes, amen.
True.
Heard and understood. Amen, amen.
Sometimes you want wholesome, okay? Sometimes. How many? I want to know how many like moms or even dads actually read the children's books to their kids, kind of for themselves as well, because they're just like, I kind of like this a little bit, you know? Maybe I want a little wholesome. Maybe I don't.
Right? It's like maybe I just want to break from all the drama.
Yeah.
I just want to find out if Tommy's gonna find his missing shoe or not.
Yeah. I want to know what happens if you give a mouse a cookie, okay?
Yes! that is also a good book.
Man. I remember
good life
when
lessons.
I was like, yeah, well, I remember like watching, I think I'd watched, it was either Blue's Clues or Teletubbies when I was like really little. It was one of the two, I can't remember. And I remember they talked about that book, and I remember, and I was like, I always wanted to read that, but I never could find it. I didn't know where to get it. This is where my judgment's gonna come out. I'm gonna say that's Blue's Clues because Teletubbies is literally brain rot. Fair enough. That's probably what's wrong with me because I watched a lot of Teletubbies when I was little.
No, you're good. My little brothers watched a lot of it, and I would just watch it and make fun of them for it. Not make fun of them, but make fun of the
totally fair.
Teletubbies. It was just like, anyway,
Totally
I'll be nice now.
Get the vacuum that sucks up the custard and it just goes custard and it just goes around. Yeah. No, it's fair. Blue's Clues was definitely the better show.
I loved Blue's Clues. I'm so glad that like the original Steve is like has made a reappearance. Yes, he's like made a reappearance on social media and like filling everyone, like healing people's childhoods of like making videos of like, hey friend, how are you? And he just sits there and he looks at you and he's just like, yeah. And you're like, It's very healing. It's just like, oh my gosh.
So funny.
Oh, what a gem. Everyone, protect that man at all costs. Protect that man at all costs. Can't even remember his name, but don't let anything happen to him. He is an absolute gem.
Steve was, I think, objectively the best of all the people that ran Blue's Clues. Like, he was the best one. They brought in Joe, and he just wasn't doing it. He wasn't the guy. And then they have this new person, and he's even worse.
Oh,
Just-
wait, they're still going?
Oh yeah, yeah, and they brought Blue's Clues. But I don't know if it's still going, but they brought it like they rebooted the show because of course they did. They have to reboot everything and make a sequel and a remake of something. Don't even get me started. You'll trigger me.
No.
Anyway.
Tune in next time to hear what Hood has to say about being triggered about series.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's probably meant for next time, but oh my gosh. Anyway.
Oh man. Dr. K, I'm so sorry. I don't have blurb set up on this page.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry, friend.
Just used his bits for nothing.
I know, I feel bad now.
Oh no.
I'll just pretend I know what the audio was saying. Cancel that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have to see, this is what you have to do in order to make it worth it. Now you have to act out what the blurbs are supposed to be now every time.
Okay. I will say, I was so mad when I found out that they changed the "We Just Got a Letter" song to "We Just Got an Email."
No, they did.
They did. Who knows? Maybe now it's "We Just Got a Text." And I was like, no.
Egregious.
No.
Send them to the gulag. You don't get rid of the "We Just Got a Letter" song. Are you serious?
Leave my letter song alone.
Disgusting. That's not Blue's Clues.
Also, welcome in Latin mummies, and thank you for the hydrate, Blue.
Hey, let's go.
I
Doing
was-
Lebowski's job for him.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Lebowski had to step away.
I was disappointed in the Powerpuff Don't get me started, Miss Sharpie. I'm telling you right now, there will be no more red flags conversation. It will seriously just be that. You don't understand. Don't get me started. I have feelings about that too. Holy.
You guys, we should just have a whole episode dedicated to reboots and us tier listing reboots. How about that?
Oh my gosh.
There's gonna be a
All in
lot of red flags.
Kat. All of them.
There is maybe one or two reboots that I'm like, you know what? This is actually on par with the original one. Or maybe like they did it better. But I'm saying, there's one or two.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's probably some in there, but when you do it all the time, it's just like, golly. No one asked for you to make every single Disney movie a live action film. No one did. Especially when Lion King itself is not actually live action. Those aren't real lions. It's still animation. I hate it.
Oh, man. Just, anyway. Alrighty, carrying on. Denial's a great place to be, Latina mommies. Denial's a great place to be. All right. Our next one is curses.
As in like saying bad words, correct?
I would assume so. But even like if you're like
even if it's a witch,
casting curses, that's also a red flag to me.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think in terms of, because we're saying like a relationship, right? This is someone that you're like looking as a potential spouse, not a friendship, right?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'd say it's a red flag because it says something about a person's personality, I think, a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I have like a lot of friends that cuss and stuff, and I love them, and they're still
great
people and whatever. But yeah, so I would say that's definitely like it's a red flag in terms of the fact that it's concerning. It would make me think, okay, well, because as Scripture says, right, it's like out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So
yeah,
whatever's coming out of your mouth is probably what's in your heart. So there's that.
Yeah. And like I've slipped up and I've said some no words once in a while.
Sure. Yeah,
Usually,
I think everybody has, right?
Yeah, but like someone like I guess cussing would maybe be the better word, because like cursing is like, yeah, you say it once, like it can slip on stuff, but like cussing is like it's incorporated into your vocabulary.
Like a habit, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, and
it's
again,
like New Yorkers, right? And they use like it's just
yeah.
like you go to, what is it, Brooklyn or whatever, and it's used in every other word. Or like that Canadian thing that you sent me where the guy's doing all the different regions of Canada, and like it makes me think of stuff like that, but
good times, man. Good times. Oh, yeah, no, we got potty mouths up here too. And again, like what Hood was saying, guys, like I have friends who like curse and stuff like that. And again, like that's their choice. Especially if they're not Christian, like I don't hold them to Christian standards and stuff. But as Christians, like we're called to, like, we're going to be held accountable for everything that we say. So it's like, okay, like I want to be mindful of what I'm saying, as well as like if eventually marry this person, or if I'm already married to this person, if I'm wanting to have kids with this person, I don't want my kids to grow up listening to curse words and stuff like that. It's like I would
Yeah.
like to, like, eventually, like, I want to teach them about it and be like, hey, like, these are not good words, like, don't say these to people. But again, kids are little echoes, so if they hear things, they're gonna be repeating things.
Yeah.
And
They're sponges.
yeah, exactly. Sponges and echoes. Great things. So anyway, I would put it more in red flags. Just
Yeah.
again, if it's a consistent thing, it's like, okay, no, that's not for me. If it's like I don't know, I slammed my finger in the door and it really hurts and I might let out a quiet, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's different if it's on accident versus intentional concept.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh
it's,
yeah.
you know, because anyone's allowed to make mistakes, so it's like I don't
Exactly.
know, but
Yeah. So anyway, if we're going with the cussing route, red flag. If we're going with accidental curses, I'd put that in beige. So, but I think I'll just throw it in red flags just for now.
yeah.
Next we have goes to church. Now, I'm going to say what everyone's probably
go
wanting
ahead.
to
You
say.
speak. I was starting to think, and I was like, I had an immediate thought, and I thought, well, wait a minute. Let's think for a second here, because I'm like, I don't know. Let's play devil's advocate. Okay.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say what everyone's probably, or anyone who likes playing devil's advocate is gonna say. Just because you go to church doesn't mean you're a Christian. However,
Correct.
I would much rather someone choosing to go to church than someone choosing not to go to church.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
So to me, going to church, like, again, that doesn't mean that they're saved or anything, but yeah, exactly, Dan. Not all churches are good either. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yep.
But there is a higher chance of them being fed spiritually and community, fellowship, accountability, and stuff like that. Again, not everyone does it. Yellow flag, proceed with caution. But I would say, as opposed to someone who's like, yeah, nah, I don't go to church. It's like, oh, okay. Again, this is just me personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. But Hood, what are your thoughts on that?
That's what that was where I was kind of going with it too. Because immediately I'm like, oh yeah, that's a green flag. I mean, but I've been to churches myself, and not everyone there acts Christ-like. Some people go there. They go there, and it's very obviously I am a Sunday Christian, and then I spend the rest of my life doing whatever, and then I come back on Sunday, and then I'm that person again. And there's a certain falseness that comes with that, and I'm a big authenticity person. Like that's even like going back to the cursing thing. I've had conversations with people that weren't saved or whatever, and they're like, do you get mad like if I curse in front of you or whatever? I'm like, well, like if you're asking me, if you're like saying like, do you not want me to do that? I'm gonna be like, yeah, I mean, I'd appreciate it, but like if you have to act like completely a different person, or like every time I'm around you feel like you're like, like trying to like catch yourself in every other word, it's like I'd rather you just be yourself, and then hopefully, what my personal opinion is then I through for lack of a better term, being an example might inspire them to be like, maybe I don't need to do that all the time, but like without having to be like, don't say this around me, because then it's just like whatever. Anyway, that's that particular topic. As far as this goes, it's just like I just know that it's just that it's not always an indicator of someone. They could be very fake. In other words, they go to church because that's what quote unquote good people do, rather than I want to go there because I love Jesus. So I feel like that's my thing personally.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So beige kind of makes sense. It's kind of feels bad to say that, but it's beige only in the sense of it just makes you like it's not a proper indicator necessarily. I guess.
It also, I guess it also depends on what kind of church they go to.
That's true. That's very true. It's so true.
Sorry, that just popped in my head right now. Like,
yeah,
to
be obtuse and funny, it's like, yeah, just because they go to I don't know, the Scientology church, that's a different church.
That's a no. I'm good.
So assuming we're all talking about the same thing, then maybe a little different, but.
Oh man. Dr. K has highlighted his message. You never know, they may be the so-called progressive Christian that goes to church but changes who Jesus is like hey, Jesus was racist but repented of his sin.
Oh my
What?
gosh,
Oh my
yeah. Don't get me
gosh.
started on that.
Oofta doofta.
Or even the people, like, I'm seeing like a big thing now, where people like are saying they're Christian and they're like, this might be a hot button topic. Maybe I shouldn't go that route. Maybe I'll keep that to myself. I just started thinking, but
I mean, hey, it's a safe space here.
yeah, I
Sorry.
mean, it's up to you. I don't know if it, because I don't want to like trigger anybody, but yeah, I guess.
I'll let you decide. Because I trust you, Hood. I trust you. So I'll let you decide on that. I won't force you,
Okay.
but I also
Well, 'cause,
won't
like,
shut you
I
up.
feel very strongly about different things, but it's like it just, I don't know. I don't want people. They can be mad at me. We'll do it that way, okay? They can be
Alright.
mad at me.
Fair enough.
But there's people out there that are saying they're Christian, and then they're like, oh yeah, Jesus wasn't a Jew. Yeah. He
Yeah,
wasn't-
no, 100% agree with you on that. This is also my take on it, guys.
Yeah, like it's like
Jesus
what
was
are you talking
white.
about?
It's like, no, he wasn't.
Yeah, like and all that stuff, and they're like, no, he was an Israelite. It's like, okay, you don't apparently know the history because Israel separated into Israel and Judah, and he's from the line of Judah. That's where David came from. Do you not understand? That's where they get the word Jew from. Hello. It's like, but it's like, I swear, it's like a psyop. People just are like, they don't want Christianity to be what it is.
Yeah.
It's like thinly veiled actual.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess real racism at that point, like where it's just like I don't like Jewish people, so Jesus couldn't possibly be that. It's just I don't know. I just like that type of stuff. So
it's just
and I've
people's
seen
nitpicking.
it. That's what I'm saying. So it's like just because those same people go to church too, but I've seen those people, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, so.
What do you mean?
Anyway.
Well, on a funnier note, previously when we were talking about like going to church being a beige flag and people being like, yeah, be careful. Dr. K says yes. Poke with a stick first to see how to react.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the whole Gabriel Iglesias bit where he's talking about the crocodile hunter and he's like, hey, look over there. It's a poisonous snake. One bite and I'm gone. I'm gonna go poke it with a stick. It's just like
I'm gonna go poke it with a stick.
yeah, just oh
So
man.
funny. Yeah, but I don't know. I think it makes sense being in beige. Considering.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I put it top of beige again. Not that it matters, but
Yeah.
in case anyone comes in like, what do you mean going to church is bad? Like, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. What church are they going to? Are they going to church with good intentions? Is it just I need to stamp my loyalty card and get my get out of hell free card and okay, now I'm gonna go live life however the heck I want. It's like, but again, that's like, at that point you should hopefully have actually no, because this could be like either entering into a relationship or being in a relationship for a long period of time. So yeah, it's fine. Also, Luke, hello, welcome in, friend. How's it going? Good to see ya. All right, and next, worships God daily. Oh, here we go. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Give me that green flag.
I don't see any potential where this could be beige or red. I don't see under any circumstances. I think that's just a no-brainer. Green. Move on.
I think so.
Yeah. Huh?
Jesus was a gay communist trans-Palestinian antichrist. Or anarchist, sorry.
Gracious.
What is wrong with sorry. We need to pause for a second, guys. What is wrong with people? Actually, no, I know what's wrong with people. They're not actually reading the Bible. They're trying to make themselves feel better about their life choices and stuff like that. And so like, well, if I just twist the narrative to meet my needs and my wants and stuff, then I'll feel better about myself. It's like, no, read your Bible.
And you have to have like compassion on people because it's like how Jesus even said, it's like they don't know what they're doing, right? Like,
that's
in
true.
many cases, they don't know what they're doing. But it's I feel more, for lack of a better term, justified when someone is saying, yes, I'm a Christian, I believe in God, because the Bible also says, okay, well, if you're claiming that, then it says that I can actually judge my brothers and sisters if they're doing something that is antithetical to Scripture. So it's like, you know, it's one
also,
thing
thanks
for
for
someone
hydrate.
Oh, okay, yeah, got you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're good. I probably would have missed that. But it's like, you know, it's like it's different if they don't know any better, because of course they're gonna say stuff that they don't know what they're talking about, or that because they think many people think God is evil in some cases. So it's like, okay, until you can show them the actual love of God, then. But if you're saying you believe in scripture, and you're like, oh, I've talked to the people that are like, I've read my Bible 40 times. I'm like, well, you apparently didn't learn nothing because you think Jesus wasn't a Jew. Like, what? I don't know how that happens. So,
Got a bunch of speed readers over here that didn't actually read. They
yeah.
read, but they didn't actually read. Like, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
Crazy.
yeah. But yeah, nope. I see nothing wrong with this. That is green. If I had a paintbrush with them right now, that whole thing would be green right now.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't even think there's nothing really to talk about. That's just correct.
Yep. Dan says my scroll wheel will work. People don't want to be transformed into the image of Christ. They want to conform Jesus into their image. Ooh.
Yep. Pretty accurate.
Everyone's spitting fire here. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have a base chat. I like your
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, I do. Let's go, people. All right. Next one is takes care of themselves. This is
Yeah.
a fairly broad flag. So it could be like they take care of themselves like hygienically. They take care of themselves by being wise and discerning. They take care of themselves. I don't know. I don't.
Financially, maybe, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like I don't see anything really wrong with this. Like,
Yeah, I think the only time, again, and it's because it's so broad, so it naturally makes me think, okay, well, it's probably green, but it's like if you wanted to play devil's advocate, it's like, do they take care of themselves to a vain degree? But, that's not what it says. It's not vanity, it just says they take care of themselves. I think the typical idea of that is if someone takes care of themselves, it means that they care about themselves, and then if they care about themselves, then that hopefully means they'll care about you too. If they don't care about their own selves, what makes you think they're going to care about you, right? So.
Grace has a point. Depends if we're talking about toxic self-care culture. We could throw this in the beige flag because again, like it could be good. It could be like I only take care of myself, but it doesn't say only. But it's like I know people can fall into like what Grace was saying, the toxic self-care culture and stuff. So we could potentially put this in beige flag, just kind of like goes to church because it's like. I don't know, people come in and be like, why is go to church and beige? Like, well, if we're playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, like I'm okay with that. Like my heart says green, my mind says potentially could be beige. Depends on just depends on what scenario you're putting somebody in. So
that's true. That's very true. Yeah, we can put it there. That's okay. I'm cool with that. Or honestly treating their body as God's temple. Yeah, exactly. It could go either way.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
Exactly.
So we could, we'll just put in beige for now. Because again, it's not bad. It's just, it depends on this situation. So that's what beige means for us is like, it depends. It depends. So same with addicted to coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be fine.
Yeah.
It could be an actual addiction problem and they need help. So it's fine. Next one we have doesn't love Jesus. I think that's pretty clear.
Is there a below red? Is it like nuclear red option? Nuclear red.
No, I only have green, beige, and red.
Hell red flag. That's no,
Hellfire.
But yeah, no. I mean that's no brainer for anybody that's Christian, I think. So
black. It's a black flag.
Black flag.
Yes, because you're consumed by your sin. No Jesus. No.
It's just realistically, you can't be compatible, right? Because it's unequally yoked. So it's like, you're gonna have problems. So
you can
like
make
you're
one.
destined for
That's fair, Blue. I could, but I'm too lazy.
The only one that I think that can like ever try and justify this one is the I can fix him crowd or I can fix her crowd.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, little side tangent. Guys, I don't know if we're gonna finish this today. We might have to do like a part 2 next week. But again, like these are important conversations to have. So I'm not upset about it at all. Like, hey, Hood, you want to join me again next week sometime?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Great. All right. Then I don't feel bad about sharing side stories and stuff now, but you would not believe how many women I've met or have heard about and stuff who choose to marry, like who are like faith professing Christians who choose to marry non-faith, non-Christian men because there's not enough, like I've been waiting and there's no good Christian guys out there anymore. Like they don't like me or they don't want me or they're not here or this or that. Whereas this guy meets all my needs. Yes, he's not a Christian, but it's fine. He respects my beliefs. I respect his. And I had to watch this poor lady just look so miserable at Bible study as
Yeah.
people were talking about, like, I don't know, I think one girl was talking about her husband who wasn't there at the time. He was at work or something, and just like talking about, like, I'm so thankful that we have each other and that we are both of, and she wasn't trying to bash the other girl. I by no means, like, I don't think she was anyway. It didn't come across that way. But just like, I'm so thankful that we are both Christians because we both get it. Like, life's going to be hard. The enemy's going to be attacking us from all sides. And so we choose to pray together. We choose to seek the Lord in everything that we do. And like, it was really cool. And so people were encouraged by that. But this poor lady sitting in the corner was like, just looked so miserable. And it's like, yeah, because like you didn't choose that. And now those are the cards you've been dealt. And I'm sure she would love nothing more than for her husband to come to Christ and for them to have that relationship. Like, for me, it's very much like my faith is very much a big part of who I am. And if I start entering into a relationship with someone who doesn't believe the same things, then that's a big part of me that I can't share with them. Like, we can't have that deeper connection because they don't believe the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
No, for sure. Yeah, it's really sad. And I think that's where you have to come to the very potentially harsh reality of saying, you know, loneliness actually is a fleshly desire.
Mm-hmm.
It is something, if your loneliness, because most people don't consider it like a sin, right? It's like, oh, you know, you don't deserve to be lonely. But if that trumps your dedication to God to the point where you say, I'm going to make in this case, like what she did, I'm going to make a choice where now I'm with somebody that doesn't care about God and whatever. Well, now the consequences of that is that you're going to be miserable. And that's the reason God would tell you not to do it. Not because he has some sort of like a pride thing where it's just like, you know, how dare you date somebody that doesn't believe in me? It's like, if you do this, you will hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself, you know? So, and I think a lot of people don't look at it that way because they just think, well, no one should be lonely. No one should be alone. But they don't really consider the fact that, you know, technically we're not alone when we have God. And I think it's just most people don't know how to have a proper relationship with God like people do with human beings. And so that becomes difficult. So it's like understandable, but you are still, as Zion said here, you are setting yourself up for failure. So it's like, yeah, that's really sad.
It is. And man, I could go on a whole tangent with this, but oh, hi, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie's like licking my hand. You're fine, hun. It's not lunchtime yet. Hello. Hi. You need to go back on your little cat tree, okay? Thank
Feed
you.
me, mother.
There you go. She's like, no, Mom, I want my food now. Ugh. Cats, am I right? But yeah, this will probably come up later. I'll hold off on what I want to say because it'll probably come up later in a future one. So
yeah.
Thanks for the hydrate, Dan. Yeah, exactly. Dr. K, like, and there's some people who get married who both aren't Christian, and then and then later one of them gets.
I know someone like that. I know someone that has that same situation, and it's very difficult for her because she now knows the truth, and it's like, but she married this person prior to having known the truth, so that's got to be really tough. And so that's kind of where you kind of hope that the scripture where it says that I'm gonna butcher this because I can't remember exactly how it's worded.
You're
but
good.
Like in essence, like how if you're a woman of God, you can I can't remember how it's said, but you know, like how it says like you can like justify the husband that's with you or whatever, like they're sanctified. It says some word like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I also don't remember the wording, but I get exactly. Charlie's like, I know, Mom. Oh, she just wants snuggles. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not like justified. It is a different word, but it's like they're like sanctified through you. And so I think that hopefully, my assumption is what that means is it helps them be more open toward God because you are, and so therefore, you know, if God blesses you, then maybe blesses them by proxy. So then hopefully that would bring them back to the Father. That's my assumption, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I very much agree with that.
Yeah. So. But anyway, I think doesn't love Jesus is definitely red. So there you go.
Very much so. Very much in the red. Our next one is won't do anything with you unless you pay them / pay for them. First of all, I'm going to say, honey, that's a sugar baby. That's not a boyfriend or girlfriend. That's a sugar baby. And you are their sugar mama or papa, whatever it may be. Yeah, no. Don't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, that's it's the won't do anything with you unless that really kind of puts the nail in the coffin for that one, because
Yeah, that's not an
there's
actual
something about, like,
relationship.
from a guy's perspective, if I take a nice lady out on a date, I'd like to pay for her stuff,
Yeah.
That's the
exactly.
nice thing to do. But if you're like, no, if you don't do it, then I don't want to go out with you, then it's like, oh, well, okay, maybe I just won't take you out then. It's like, I don't know. It's like a nice thing, but it's like when it becomes like an expected thing, it just says something about your personality, I guess. But
Oh, very much so. And like, I don't know, like not everything has to be money focused or whatever. I recently was listening to people going through like Reddit stories and stuff, and this guy told his girlfriend that, oh, I want the new PS5 for my birthday. And she's like, okay, well, we'll see about it and stuff. Like, we'll see if it's in the budget. And his birthday comes along, and she like had booked a reservation at his favorite restaurant. And then when they came home, she had made this adorable picture book of them throughout like their whole relationship. And he's like, it was at most $40. And I'm like, who cares? And he was so peeved that she didn't get him the PS5. And it's like,
wow.
What do you mean? Like, if you want it that bad, buy it yourself. Like, that's expensive.
Yeah, and I feel like in that particular situation, it's the contrast that really kills it too, because it's like I was doing something so that we could spend time together, but you obviously don't want to. You would have rather have had something that you would just do, in essence, probably more often by yourself, and so it's kind of just like, dang, that feels bad.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah,
I
no, that was
pretty
pretty red, I would
Yep.
say.
I would agree.
Burning red flag, Ms. Sharpie. Yeah, burning red.
Oy
Yeah.
vey.
Yeah, that one
Yep.
makes me sad.
It is sad. If that's you guys, just walk away. Walk away. It's not worth it. Unless, well, actually, no. By walking away, that might help wake them up to realize, oh, I've not been treating them very well. So,
Yeah.
anyway. Star Wars, welcome in. Never seen a relationship flags tier list. Hey, you know what? There's a first for everything.
Yeah. Pioneer here, Cat is.
I'm just trying to get myself canceled, guys. I keep doing these tier lists. I'm just trying to get
On
myself
the
canceled.
fast track to getting canceled. Got the fast pass to getting canceled. Let's go.
All right. This next one. Only messages you when they're aroused.
Oh.
That also just sounds like a friends with benefits type thing.
Ew.
That's
My immediate reaction was you.
I know, right?
Yeah, and again, the only is what's really killing that. It's like, only?
Yep.
That means every time that you're texting me, I know that it's like weird. Okay.
Yep. It's just everyone's yep. All right.
Black flag.
Everyone calm down. We're throwing it in there.
Bright siren red.
Aroused and or like feeling lovely. We're gonna go with the former, not the latter.
Yeah, we're going with the former. I think this one's pretty cut and dry. That's,
yeah, I think so too. Also, thanks for the hydrate, Dr. K.
Let's go.
I'm almost halfway through my water bottle already, guys. Oh my gosh. Alrighty.
Wow.
Yep, that was pretty cut and dry.
That sucks.
Just, oh man. All right. Next one we have, doesn't ask about your interests / hobbies.
Yeah, that's, I mean, pretty immediate red flag for me. I feel like, I see, I mean, maybe you could say beige, I guess, but the doesn't ask, it's okay if you're not interested, but if you don't ask ever, then that means you just don't really, you're not interested in the other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've seen, like, I have people close to me who have been in relationships like this where it was basically just physical attraction. And they had nothing else in common. And it eventually wore down their relationship, and now they're not together. And it's, again, like what you said, it could potentially be beige, but the wording that you point out is like, yeah, doesn't. Like, just flat out doesn't. And like, they don't have to ask about it all the time. They don't have to like what Charlie get. She just shoved her head in
We
my
got interference
mouth.
on the field.
Yeah, yellow card on you, Charlie. My gosh. But it's like, again, like, you don't have to like all the same things, but you at least, like, I don't know. I've heard that good marriages are where both sides, even though they may not like the exact same things, they still like occasionally be like, hey, like, how is this hobby going? Or could you tell me more about this or something? Like, just opening the door to that, being like, hey, like, I might not like the same things, but I will express interest out of my love and respect and care for you. You know? Like,
yeah.
I know, what was it? My mom does not like golfing. My dad loves golfing. So my dad will go and do golf stuff by himself or with my brothers or with his buddies. Occasionally, my mom will go along and she'll just drive the golf cart.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, like, yeah, you do your thing. And then as we drive around, we can chat, stuff like that. I'll just bring a book with me, so I'll read while you swing at a ball.
I would argue that in that case, the reverse of that, where it's like you don't really like, you're not interested in the hobbies, but you still want to, like, in essence, in some form or fashion, do them, like what you're saying your mom does, where it's like, yeah, I just want to be by you while you're doing your hobby because I enjoy watching you do your hobby. That to me is an intensely green flag, because even though you don't enjoy the same types of stuff, it's like, oh, I like that you like it, and I want to be around you to do that and stuff. I think that's really wholesome and nice.
Yeah.
So, there was this one story that I heard, and I don't know how true it was, but it was kind of going around on Twitter for a while.
Okay.
Or X, whatever.
It'll always be Twitter.
And,
Hashtag Twitter.
It was something about, like, this, I think it was like a Reddit thing, and so again, grain of salt, don't know if it's true, but this lady apparently had a husband who was, like, super into, like, you know, like, what could be considered maybe a little bit more, like, geeky or even potentially childish types of stuff. Like, he liked like building Lego sets and stuff like that. And he had, like,
I love that.
And he liked you know, I think he liked playing video games. He had stuff for I don't think it was trains. It was different stuff like that. He just had, like, a room dedicated to all of his different interests, and he apparently liked trying to bring her into it, and he just liked talking about it, and he got excited about it. Well, she got annoyed by that, and one day just told him that, you know, like, you got to grow up, you got to quit doing this types of stuff, all the way down to basically saying, like, you know, I don't even know why I married you type of a thing. And it's like, and then was asking in the Reddit, it's like, you know, what do I do? I'm trying to, like, say, you know, I didn't mean it and I'm sorry and this and that. And he was just like, she said that he just, like, checked out after that, like, he was gone. And I'm like, well, I kind of get it. You just crushed, like, everything that kind of makes him. And said that it was like that maybe you made a mistake marrying him because of it. It's like, that sucks. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the most intense version of this particular topic, I think. Like, where it's like, not only did you not ask, but you, like, straight up just are like, I hate everything that you are. To be your hobby.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It's, I don't know, like, and I realize, like, some people rush into marriage or moving in together or whatever really fast, and so maybe she didn't know about his hobbies and stuff beforehand, but surely you'd think she would have had some idea, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like,
would
okay,
hope, you know.
yeah, you'd think, but even still, it's like, okay, like, I don't know, to me, like that makes sense to me. Like, if you have the space in your house or, like, a room available for all your hobbies to go in there, by all means. If anything, that, like, shows that he respects her, that she doesn't like those things, so he keeps them contained in one room rather than, like, oh, well, I'm just gonna, you know, build this Lego set out in the middle of the living room and stuff. Don't mind me as I throw all my pieces everywhere. And
yeah.
It's, man, I could go so many ways with this, but I'm also just very much like, anyway. But yes, the whole, like, doesn't ask about your hobbies and interests, like, it just shows us, like, I don't care. I'm just attracted to you physically. It's like, okay, but what about, like, what about my personality? What about my hobbies? What about, like, not they have to like me for my hobbies, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
just it's like you don't care about me. Like you're not like if you're not intentionally asking the other person about themselves, that's where things can go downhill. Also, Charlie, she's does anyone remember Bald Charlie, Upside Down Charlie? She's currently upside down right now, and I'm trying to keep her from falling out of my arms.
Upside down Charlie is best, Charlie.
Oh man. Have you seen any clips of that? She's done it on stream
No.
once or twice. Okay, I'll find something for you afterwards. It's the funniest thing. She's like, the only cat I know who does this. And I'm like, does anyone else's cat do this? Like, I don't understand. But yeah, no, I think just the whole like it just comes across as not caring. Like again, you don't have to like the same things or have the same hobbies and interests. I will say though, having more than less similar interests and hobbies will help with, I don't know, building relationship and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would
But-
argue you should have, like, because opposites attract, obviously.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I think you have to have some things in common that you kind of enjoy together, because otherwise, if you're just like never liking what each other does and you're just like completely two different people, I just feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of difficult, you know? But like you said, like, I think your example with your folks is like a really good example of that. Your dad really loves golfing, and your mom's like, I don't care for golfing, but I like you, so I want to be around you, and you know, whatever. And then, you know, when he does like a good job, I just imagine her being like, hey, that was a great, you know, shot, honey. And he's like, that's
Great
a drive.
job.
That's driving with the thing. Oh, okay. It's like what? Yeah,
Like,
it's
okay,
like one
great.
of those things.
I agree. So yeah, it's just yeah. Anyway, I'll just throw it down in red for now because again, like it just comes across as like I don't care, and that to me is like okay, it's not all about you. Like a relationship is about two people, not just one. It's about two people. So anyway,
Yep.
alrighty, moving on to the next one. Uncomfortable around your parents.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm going to immediately just throw this into beige flags simply because some people have crazy parents or just
Yeah.
intense parents. So it's like, okay, yes, if I was dating someone with parents like that, I would also feel uncomfortable around their parents. Or, you know, if their parents are racist and you're a different ethnicity than
Yeah.
them. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, this is gonna make for an awkward time. So, but again, also, I don't know, like some people are like, oh, well, I just don't like your parents. Like, why? There's nothing wrong with them. It's like,
Yeah, this is probably the most instant beige I've ever gone, where I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't think it's green or red. Like, it's just
Yeah.
instantly, because there's so many variables to it.
it's true.
It's just like it's just like, you know, because if you find out, like you said, it's just like, why don't you like my parents? Well, you know, I happen to be of African American descent, and also they're not very accepting of that or something. You know, it's like
They talk
I
about
can
white
understand.
supremacy a lot. It's like, okay, yep, nope, that, yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
man.
would be rough. That would be really
Oh,
yeah.
it'd be very,
But yeah, and so it's like, again, there's just too many variables, I think. So I think that's
Mhm,
a firm beige. I don't really have much more to say on that. You said pretty much everything. So
I've got nothing else to say either. It's just like, depends. Like,
pretty cut and dry. Depends. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, are you uncomfortable for like legit reasons, or are you uncomfortable for like guilty reasons? Like, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you're sleeping around with their child and you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
well yeah, you don't know that we're doing that, but I feel uncomfortable because I feel guilty about that. And just anyway,
Yeah. A lot of
It-
different variables.
yeah, exactly. So we go around and around in circles. Dances along to the radio in grocery stores.
Wait, what? Where? What?
Dances along to the radio in grocery stores. So like you're grocery shopping and a Buffy song comes on the radio and they're just dancing down the grocery aisle.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I put this one in here. This is an immediate green flag for me. Because
Oh
I
my God.
definitely do that in grocery stores. Not like full out like break dancing, but if there's like a good song on, I'll like kind of, you know, bounce down the grocery aisle, you know? Just
That's not. I mean,
loving
that's-
life.
I feel like you'd have to be just so like just angry all the time or something to not be okay with that, or like super self-conscious that you're just like, don't do anything weird that anyone might point out and be like, that's what... But I'm somebody too, like in public, where I'm just like they're never gonna see me again. These people don't know me.
Yeah, exactly.
So who cares, you know?
I used to go to this one grocery store all the time that I started to, not like friends basis, but I started to get to know some of like the staff there. And if there was a good song, we make eye contact and be like, just bounce around like, yeah. Just
Yeah.
so anyway.
I think the only time this becomes beige, like, is if you're, it depends on, like, is someone going into, like, a full-on, like, Beyonce dance number, or is it just, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe if they're going, like, kind of crazy and they
Yeah,
do
no,
it all
that's
the
fair.
time,
That's very
and now
fair.
you're like, oh my gosh, we're just here to pick up some chips, man. Like, I just...
This is why I don't go grocery shopping with you anymore, Carol. Just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah, we can put that in beige.
I was kind of thinking, I'm like, I guess it depends, but yeah.
Yeah.
As a rule of thumb,
Yeah.
sitting down the aisles, just, I think that would just make you laugh. It just
Yeah, exactly.
people-
So it's like, yeah, and again, like some people are more like introverted, like, well, it's like, don't embarrass me. And other people are more extroverted, like, yeah, like I'll dance with you or whatever. So again, it's one of those up to interpretation and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's a fun one though. I like that.
Gray says beige flag because adorable, but also embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean,
How do you have confidence? Well, you see, my dear, usually when I go to grocery stores, I go when there's not many shoppers there because I don't like crowds. So it's usually just me, my cart, an empty aisle, and some oldie but a goodie playing on the radio. And if it's loud enough that I can actually hear what it is, then, you know, I'm weird like that. I don't do it all the time, guys. Just to clarify, I don't do it all the time. Just occasionally, if there's a good beat on, I will catch myself bouncing, you know? Just like, I don't know, if you're sitting there at your desk and a good song comes on with a catchy beat and you like your leg starts bouncing or your head starts bobbing and stuff, like, anybody else? No?
if the beat slaps enough.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Instead of drop the beat, slap the beat.
I'm telling you
Anyway.
right now, if Apartment comes on the radio, the one by Rose and Bruno Mars, for anyone that doesn't know.
Oh
I'm
my
jamming to that.
gosh, it's gonna get stuck in my head again.
I'm jamming like they did in the music video. That's what's happening. So.
It's a good one. It's a good one. All right, moving on. Rambles on about themselves.
Okay.
I think this
Go ahead.
is. Oh, sorry. Actually, no. You go ahead. I feel like I keep cutting you off, and I'm so
No,
sorry about
I mean,
that.
it's fine. It's most of the times because I'm thinking. I'm like trying to decide. Some of these are a little bit more. I don't know. Again, it's like rambles on about themselves, like in perpetuity. Yeah, that gets old. But like if they're just like talking and they're just like, you know, like telling me a story about them and they're just going on and on and on about, like, I don't know, sometimes that can be like super endearing because it's just like,
Yeah.
they're just going into like a whole story. But again, it depends on what you mean about themselves. Like, are they just super vain and they're talking about themselves in that way, or is it just like, yeah, I did this thing with a friend and it was really fun and then we went and did this? I don't know. Like, I could see it being beige. It's red if they're just like super vain though, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah. Like
know.
even like friendships, I've had both sides of that coin. I've had friends who like it always has to be about them. Like you share like oh, like this happened to me. Like, oh, well, it can't be worse than this time that it happened to me. And then it keeps going on. It's like, okay, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to share a story and you've just completely pulled the mic and no one can touch the mic except for you. But then I met
Right.
other people who just like, there's like, I feel like it's a little bit of me and I feel a little guilty about it, but it's like, there's so much that happened in life that's like, oh, let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story. It's just like,
Yeah, that to me is so different. Yeah, it's different
Yeah.
too if you never let the other person speak and you're just like, oh yeah, that's cool. Anyway, back to what I was saying about myself.
yes.
It's like, that's when it becomes like, okay. Again, it just comes down to this idea of like, you don't really care about me. You just kind of care about yourself. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. Also, Books, thanks for the hydrate.
Hydrate.
Everybody's tag teaming
Chug,
today.
chug, chug.
I'm literally taking baby sips because I'm going to have to pee my pants so bad in a bit here if I'm not careful.
Bladder of steel.
Oh, man. All right. We have established that that is a beige flag.
Yeah, I think
All right.
so.
Okay, cool. Drop it in there. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being hydrated. That's fair. That's fair.
Absolutely.
If I'm being honest, like I have a hard time balancing trying to stay hydrated, but also trying to not drink too much just because of my kidney issues. Yeah, but anyway, I won't delve into that because that's just weird. Isn't that the goal to make the streamer pee? No, it's not. You weirdos. Gosh. I regret everything now. I have so many regrets.
Can we add trying to make the streamer pee to the list?
Is that a green flag or a red flag, Hood?
Depends on who you're asking, I think.
Beige flag it is. Beige flag alert. Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right, it's fine. We're moving on. Actually sings during Sunday worship, and then in brackets, not under their breath.
Based. So based. That one's based. I like that one.
I do too. And again, guys, singing on Sunday for worship, it's not a competition. I've heard some people who, I'm not gonna be mean, but they're not the best singers, but they're singing for the Lord. They're not singing for me. They're not singing for their neighbor. They're singing for the Lord. And to the Lord, that is a beautiful thing. Even if to other people it's like, ugh, that's kind of, no, it's an act of worship. You're like, just focus on you, focus on worship between you and the Lord, and just don't worry about it.
And I think this one's like especially for the boys, because
where are my boys at?
Well, because like I think it's more common that women sing. Like they're more open to doing the praise and worship, and the guys, I don't know if it's a culture thing, like they just feel like they have to be very stoic. And it's like, bro, did you not read that David danced before the Lord with like naked before the Lord, or however that's worded? It's like there's like a reason that like you're, again, like you said, it's like you're not doing this for anybody else, you're doing it for God. And then on top of that, if you have a family, like your kids are watching you, they want to see that their dad loves God just as much as mom does, and if they don't, then they might get conflicting messages there. So
yeah, exactly.
Especially for a guy, I think it's something that, you know, you kind of have to get past the idea of having to be stoic or having a certain amount of, I don't know, pride or whatever that is. And if anyone wants to like make fun of you or tease you or whatever, I've heard somebody make it like, they worded it like this, right? Is that there was a pastor and he went up to someone in the congregation or whatever that was, you know, just very stoic and whatever. And he's like, you know, why don't you, is there a reason? Like, if I can ask, like, why you don't express? And he's like, I'm just not an expressive person. I'm just not, I don't, that's just not how I express praise and worship and stuff like that. And so then he's like, what was funny though, is that same guy at his own house invited a bunch of people over because it was in America, it was Sunday football, whatever. And he's like, and I'll tell you what, suddenly he just became the most expressive person ever when he was watching the football game, super excited, cheering and all this different stuff. And so he's like, so it's just kind of funny when it's like under a certain context you think you're allowed to do that, but and then under other contexts you're not.
Yeah.
We gotta destigmatize guys not being like it being a bad thing that they're not stoic and praising and worshiping and stuff like that. So.
I will say I've been very spoiled. All my brothers love to sing, and I might be a little biased, but they all have phenomenal singing voices. Like there's literally a lady that goes to our church who she will wait until they sit down, and then she'll go sit in the row in front of them so she can listen to them sing during worship. It's the cutest thing ever. And she's like, oh, I got a spot in front of you guys again.
That is so wholesome.
Cute. It is the most wholesome thing ever. And again, like, I might be being biased, but I think they have amazing singing voices. Even if, really cool. I don't know, even if they don't actually, I don't know. To me, they sound amazing. And the fact that they choose to sing, even though like, yeah, like it's not cool, it's not manly or whatever, but it's like, No, it's like they're singing worship. They're singing to the Lord. And
Yeah.
they sound heckin' good doing it.
Dr.
Man.
K said, low key, a lot of guys look for the girl that sings for the Lord, not caring for anyone else. It is an attractive thing for a godly man. That is so true. That is so based.
There you go, ladies.
So based.
Focus on the Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yup.
man.
Green flag.
Yep. Green flag.
Where's
Green
that
flag, my
Ah,
friends.
green flag.
Yes, sir. Oh, no, I just saw what the next one is. All right, our next one is can carry more than 4 folding chairs at once.
Yes! Yes! That's for the boys, too. The boys say that's a green flag.
You know
Let's go.
Hood, as soon as I saw this one, I'm like, I wonder if Hood submitted this one because we were just talking about this the other
No,
day.
I was thinking about submitting one, and I could never think of one that probably wasn't already done, so I never did. But
Oh, it's all good. Just as soon as I read this one, like, I wonder if this was Hood.
my gosh,
Strong
yes.
man can protect. Gold flag, platinum flag, dang. All right, well, the people have spoken.
Man, this is the equivalent of like how many grocery bags can I take in one trip? If I can't get them all in one trip, there's something wrong with me. I failed as a man. My gosh.
Oh my gosh. Even as a female, I've tried to do that, and I've almost broken fingers trying to do that. Or like dislocated fingers. I don't know, because some bags are heavy.
That's so true, yeah.
Oh man.
Love that one.
Whoever put this one in here, good job. Honestly, it's just cool. It's the coolness factor. Yep. That's fair. Have a good lurk, Books. Thanks for popping in, friend.
See you, Books.
Oh man. All right. Our next one is doesn't make time to read the Bible. Again,
yeah. It's the doesn't. It's the doesn't make time. It's not that doesn't have time, doesn't. It's like that's an action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like it's not like rarely reads the Bible where it's like it could be multiple reasons. It's like just straight up doesn't. Like this is a choice.
Yeah.
So
and I think and again, like I still don't think it's beige. I would say it's still a red flag. But,
yeah.
But in the sense of like, if it's something where it's more like, oh man, I gotta read the Bible. I just haven't had time and whatever. And then you're not making time because of that. That's at least still understandable. But it's again, it's like if you're saying like as a personality trait, it's just like, well, I had other things I got to do. God knows. God will like when you start going down that road. Now it's like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the whole coming up with excuses and yeah. Anyway.
And the main reason is because that's where you get all your like that's how you renew your mind. So if you're not doing that, then eventually starts to rot on you a little bit, You're not eating your bread. You're not getting your nutrients and sustenance for your faith. It's like this is important. And then it'll reflect on the relationship ultimately, since we're talking about relationships. So
it's true.
There you go.
It's very true. It's like the whole read your Bible, pray every day song. I don't know if people actually know this, but there's a part 2 of that where it's like neglect your Bible, refuse to pray, and it's like and you'll shrink. And as kids, like we thought it was the funniest thing. Like, oh, we grow and then we shrink and we grow and then we shrink. And it's like, no, that's actually very accurate. That was burned into our brains from a young age in like the silly, fun song type deals. It's like, no, it's actually very true. Like, don't read your Bible, don't pray, don't expect your faith to be blooming like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Anyway. Yep, that's a red flag. That's a red. That's a red. And again, I know we have Christians and non-Christians in our community. This is our opinions. This is just our opinions. So,
yeah.
Anyway, the only tools they own are the ones that come prepackaged with furniture.
Yo, that's so specific. I feel like that's an attack on somebody.
I feel attacked because that's me.
I feel like this is more of a detriment if you're a guy. Like,
oh man,
probably.
I've been for years, man. I've been like, I need to buy a tool set, And I was always living with people, whether it was a sibling or a housemate, that had a tool set. So I never had to worry about it. And then I moved out on my own. I'm like, I don't have tools. And then when I was living out on the campsite, my neighbor, he's like, oh, I have tools. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I just call him and borrow his, well, I'd call to ask to borrow his tools. And as, again, no shame, but as men do, like, oh, I got this, don't worry about it. And then he'd fix it. I'm like, okay, perfect, great. I didn't have to worry about that.
Wow.
But it's like, yeah, I first read this and I sat there for a minute and I'm like, someone's calling me out and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not the most handy of people by any means. It's like that's kind of one of the things I've been trying to learn and get better at because I'm not the most toolsy of people.
Oh, that's
I'm
fair.
more, yeah, I'm more like electronics. That's always kind of been my thing. So, computer type stuff. That's usually where my skill set is usually better placed. But that's really funny. I don't know. Like that doesn't really feel like the only tools that they own are prepackaged with furniture. I feel like in terms of a relationship, all that kind of like alludes to potentially is like, oh, can they like fix problems and stuff? See, and so like from my perspective, I've always been under the assumption. So like I do have other tools, but it's like even though I'm not the most handy, it's usually like, okay, I want to accomplish this goal, so I will learn what I must for this goal,
Yeah.
and then that's it. And then until I need I need another goal, then I'll
Yeah.
learn what to do for that. So it's like, but I'm not like someone that's just like, I know all the different tools and what they do under certain circumstances. It's like, what do I need to do this project and how do I do that effectively and appropriately? And that's kind of how I function. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just how I am, but
Yeah. I don't know. I'd throw it in beige because I don't think it's bad,
yeah,
but also
it's
it's also not good. I don't know.
it's so highly like specific and like
It really is. It really is. Also,
it's
Maximum,
like
thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in,
hey,
raiders. We are
what's
doing
up?
a relationships tier list, so buckle in.
Yeah, and apparently we're trying to figure out if only owning prepackaged tools, the ones that come with furniture, is a green, beige, or red flag. Yeah, I don't know. I say beige just because that one's so specific. It's like it could mean many different things, but it also could just mean nothing. Like I don't know.
It really, yep. It's very much. Oh man, it's very
It's
much
funny.
that. Also, I take offense to that, Dr. K. I take offense to that. Typical no tool girl. How dare? I'll have you know that when I do have access to tools, I can be somewhat handy. Haven't
Yo,
unalived myself
throwing
yet.
shade.
It's fine.
My gosh.
Everyone throwing shade at me, but yeah, I agree. Very much a beige thing because it's like I'm not gonna shame somebody for not having tools because again, some people like I don't know, they either have the money to just buy things pre-made or just hire someone to fix things,
Yeah.
or they just aren't that handy and they admit that and they're learning and it's I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm always under the impression that you should at least understand how, even if you don't want to or don't get
Yes.
into it that often. Like you should at
Mhm.
least, know how to use a drill, know how to
Yeah.
use a hammer, guy or girl, either way. I think
Mhm.
I think you should just know how to do those things.
Agreed.
But anyway, so
Maximum says, I have tools, I just don't have the skills. See,
oh my
that's the other
boy.
thing. It could be the other way. It's like has all the tools and every single tool known to man, but has no idea how to use them, or
Yeah,
only knows how to use 5 of them, or whatever. It's like, okay, well,
that's kind of where I am. Yeah,
you
I
have
have to
you
learn
have all
them
the
when I
tools.
need them.
Dang.
So.
Grace says, I just borrow tools from my dad because he's the handyman, but then he ends up doing it for me anyway.
Oh, what a guy.
Also, welcome in, Justin. Good to see you, friend. I'm semi-useful for fixing things. Some stuff I just gotta research on YouTube, though. Yeah, exactly. If you guys have questions about things, there's literally people out there who
Yep.
their entire content and brand and business is teaching people how to do things. Like the whole what was his name? Like YouTube dad or online dad or something. He'd
Yeah.
literally teach people like, okay, well, here's how to unclog a toilet. Here's how to um fix here's how to replace a car battery or just things like that. Like
Yeah.
from teeny tiny like, oh, like anyone can do this to like, okay, like yeah, no, I've never been taught how to do this and I was too scared to try. And it's just yeah, like you can find things online or like ask people for help and things like you can learn. You don't have to know everything because Lord have mercy, I don't know everything, and that's okay. I've accepted
Yeah.
that fact. It's okay.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Dang, Maximum fixed his car from YouTube? Dang.
Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I've saved money because I found out something was just a fuse and not something way worse on the car. So
There he goes, friends. We have amazing, talented people right here in chat, right here in voice chat. Check that out. Let's go. Alrighty. Next we have, because we did put that in beige. Yep. Okay, cool. Want to make sure. All right. Next we have easily trusting, in brackets, naive.
Aw.
I feel like I'm being called out again and I'm upset.
See, I like these ones because it's like, yeah, it makes you have to think a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like,
I think it's a green flag. Okay, I think it's a green flag. I think in many cases it's good to be trusting. Like I get like naive, I get it. It's like, okay, maybe you don't have wisdom under the most extreme circumstances. That's fair. I don't know, but as like a guy, if I was like dating a girl that was more naive, it just usually means you're more innocent. It means you're more like wholesome.
that's fair.
And you're not expecting someone to screw you over, so then I'm there to make sure they don't screw you over, you know? That's I don't know. That's how I kind of perceive it, but I don't know. I could see where someone might feel a little differently, but
Yeah, like I mean, like I'm like, okay, guys, I'm like, I know it's a beige flag, calm down. But like
yeah.
it depends. It depends. Like I would lead more towards green flag because I don't know, heck, if I was in a relationship with a guy who just like very much trusted me, like just like that's healthy. That's healthy in a relationship. Like I feel like so many people have been burned and hurt by people that they start to build up doubts and defenses and all that kind of jazz. And so to find someone who's like very easily trusting, like that's
Yeah.
it's like a breath of fresh air. Like
For sure.
w-
Devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. Okay.
all right, here we go. Here we go.
What if there's somebody though, and they're just like, hey babe, yeah, this Nigerian prince online said that I had to give him all this money and he really needed help, and so I wanted to help him, so I gave him our life savings. I hope that's okay.
Ah!
That's naive and
That's-
easily trusting that I think that would be that'd be messed up. So.
Yeah. I
So
again,
that's
this,
like a different area of not of
yeah.
easily trusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think having the see it, Grace. Thank you, Grace. I was gonna say someone who knows me too well. It's Grace. But I think having the easily trusting and the naive thing immediately puts it in beige because easily
Yeah.
trusting is like that's not always a bad thing. Choosing to be naive about things that can be a bad thing. What was it up here? Where did Maximum say? Like gullible is fine. Downright dumb is a red flag.
Yeah, that's
Ah.
unfortunately, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think beige makes sense. I think
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that's fair. That's fair. Thank you for being kind to me, though. I appreciate, as someone who's easily trusting and naive, I appreciate the kindness.
I mean, but that's what I was saying. It's like usually it's a nice thing. I don't know. I don't see it as like a bad thing usually.
Yeah.
Like it just means that you're like innocent. You're just like, what? What do you mean? There's bad people in the world that might want to hurt me or something. It's like, oh, I must protect this one at all costs.
Protect the bean at all cost.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, that's very much one of my aunts. I haven't seen her in years, but back when we all lived closer, my mom discovered that she was also very easily trusting / naive because my mom, what was it? I don't know why she did it. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit mean, but she said something like totally out of pocket. And this woman, without missing a beat, was like, oh, really? And mom's like, no, just like, no. I'm like, okay. It's like, but you know her. She's very trusting. Like, just anyway, but she's a sweetie.
Aw. Wholesome.
Also,
Like,
Celine and Dreamy, welcome in, friends. Hello.
Hey yo, what's up, guys?
I only say this. Oh wait, I missed. Sorry, oh no, that's beige. Dr. K says, I only say that because as an autistic person, I can sometimes be naive, but because of my lack of social skills, so cancel. No, you're good. Yeah, Grace, also autistic here. Hello. Subtext is so hard to. Yeah. And again, with like sarcasm doesn't translate very well. So if I learned that the hard way in Korea, guys, I felt like such a jerk afterwards. I had this guy and this girl who I was basically the third wheel. So looking back, I'm like, yep, just call me matchmaker, no big deal. But they would show me around and hang out with me and stuff. And the guy just kept teasing me and teasing me and teasing me. And so finally I looked at him I'm like, okay, fine, I'm going home. And I turned around and I was gonna like take like 3 steps and then turn back around. Before I even got to my 3rd step, he was in front of me like, oh, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. And I'm like, no, I'm joking. It's okay. It's like, oh. The girl just burst out laughing. It's like, ha, she got you back. It's like, so I did feel bad. I did feel bad. But
Yeah, it's like
he was very
that-
trusting.
yeah, well, and like as
Or
far as
gullible.
sarcasm goes, I'm like I would be so messed over because I'm such a sarcastic person. That's like 90% of my humor. Oh my
What?
gosh, I'd be
No.
screwed.
Never, Hood. Never. Hey, Rex, how's it going?
It's like if you don't find Chandler from Friends funny, I'm probably not the guy. I'm not the one.
There you go.
You know.
Alrighty. Oh wait, did we? Yeah, we did put that in beige. Okay, cool. Next we have
Next.
guys, some of these punches pillows when upset.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. They put the pillow in there, right? Okay. Interesting. Okay, makes you think a little bit. I don't know. I feel like punches in general when upset kind of means one way or another some form of anger issues to some degree. I
Yeah,
don't really punch things when I'm upset. I'd have to be really, really mad to want to punch
yeah,
something, and that's only happened a handful of times in my life. So
yeah. I think in my head I was more so thinking like screaming into a pillow. I'm like, ah, yes, girlies, where are we at? Where are my girls at? Screaming into pillows over boys or things like that.
yeah, and screaming just has a totally different notion than punching. Like one is
Yeah.
far more of a violent response to something, and it's like
Mm,
I'm hitting the pillow because that's the right thing to do, but like
yeah.
it's like maybe
It's like,
you
but
would
why are you
hit the
hitting
wall or
anything?
something if you were, I don't know, like I feel like it could escalate, but
Yeah. As someone who and again, like trigger warning for anyone who's been in abusive relationships, as someone who's been in an abusive relationship before and um had was with someone who would literally put holes in the wall.
mm,
Yeah, it's like I don't
that's
think I would have.
scary.
Yeah, it is. And like it's one thing, like I don't know, like I don't know, a girl's so upset at her ex, like here, like take this pillow and just punch it. I would much rather encourage someone to just scream into a pillow because again, it's like it's more releasing of just like all the emotions. Whereas punching, it's like you're actually physically doing something, and that can eventually lead to physically doing something to not a pillow, you know?
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
like screaming, it's just letting out air and sound. It's like ah. Sometimes you just need to let
right.
it out.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little conflicted. I don't know if I would say it's straight up a red flag. I think it's something you'd want to work on, like you'd want to work
Hmm.
on with them.
Yeah.
But maybe like a lower beige is what I would think in my
Yeah.
mind.
I would agree with that. I would very much agree with that. Like,
Because it can denote something. It could also just be like if they exclusively punch pillows when they're upset, and then they're perfectly fine the rest of the time, and that's all they've ever done is they punch pillows. That it never escalates, never goes anywhere else. Okay,
hmm,
maybe that's fine. That's just their way of handling a situation, and whatever. I
yeah.
feel like the more constructive way that people do that would be like lifting weights, right? Because
Oh, yeah, yeah.
it requires like exerting effort and stuff like that, but and gets the frustration out or whatever, or even actually better, I think a better example would be a punching bag, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
You go out and you hit a punching bag because that's and it's constructive because it makes you stronger, but it's also like you're just getting that out of your system or whatever.
Yeah.
um I feel like the punches pillows when upset is usually more of a reactive thing rather than I gotta go hit the bag right now. I gotta go outside. You know what I mean?
I gotta go punch the pillows, man.
Yeah, I don't
Just
know.
like
It's funny. Yeah.
Rex just said, just wait till the pillows punch back.
It's a bit sus still though. No, you're right. I mean, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was like, it's like low beige because it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Just it sounds like you just can't control yourself. Is kind of what that tells me. But
Yeah. I would agree with that. I would very much agree with that. For me personally, as someone who's like been in an abusive relationship before, like that would be a very big red flag to me. But at
yeah,
the same time, like it could just be just I punch a pillow and I'm good. Whereas for me, it's like I've been close to being punched before and being beaten before. So it's like for me, it's like, what is stopping him from using me as the pillow instead? So, but again,
yeah.
not
And I
everyone is
think
like that. So
I think it might even help to like if it was stated toward the beginning of the relationship, like, oh yeah, by the way, I relieve stress by like going and hitting a punching bag, or I don't know, in this
mhm.
case, maybe punching pill. Even if it was like stated ahead of time, and it's just like just in case that you saw whatever, like maybe
Mhm,
then there could
mhm.
be a little more understanding. I don't know. It still is
Yeah.
just though. It's like, oh well, it's still like you can't control your emotions. There's like a lack of self
Yeah.
control
Yeah.
ultimately. So
Yeah. I like that way of describing it, a lack of self-control and stuff. So it's like, yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, no, it's definitely one of those like take with a grain of salt, be mindful of that. Cause again, like I wouldn't say it's a straight up red flag, but definitely like one of those it could start sliding, it could start turning
it's
red.
sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sketch.
Yeah. So
Hey, what's up, Rec? I didn't realize you were the one that said that. How you doing, bro?
yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Dr. K. And again, like everyone's interpretation may be different and stuff. Like I think I've seen some people saying that that's a red flag to them.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah,
Yeah. So again, yeah,
I like to try and give the benefit of the doubt. So
exactly.
again, if it's because it's pillows. If it was like walls, that'd probably be red. I don't know. I feel like
Oh
hitting
yes, very
walls,
much
you
so.
you have to be very angry to like punch holes through walls, because
Yeah.
that hurts you usually when you do it too. Which means it's like if you don't have enough self control to even prevent your own self from being hurt,
Mm-hmm.
that's a problem. So
Yeah. Yeah. Because not only like you're causing pain to yourself and willingly choosing to do so, but you're also damaging your own property.
yeah,
So it's like, okay, you're
exactly.
not taking into consideration any of the consequences of this. Whereas a pillow, it's like it's a
Right.
pillow. It's fluffy. If you break it, then you just have to buy a new pillow. You put a
Mhm.
hole in the wall, you're gonna have to pay to get that fixed, or it's just gonna sit there and
Mhm.
be a constant reminder of that angry moment you had, you know?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah. Next we have is gets quiet when angry.
Okay, but like to what degree though? Like
Yeah.
you won't talk to me ever? Like you just give me the perpetual silent treatment? Because yeah, that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if it's just like your response, and I happen to know that when you're angry you get quiet,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't think that that's bad. Um, I don't know if I'd say it's a green flag. Like, oh yes, this is what I want in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like my main thing would be with this is it's like yo, you got to talk to me if you're upset. You can't just like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't do well with the whole like, you should know. Like if I legitimately don't know, I need you to tell me straight up because I try to be self-aware. I try to be like, maybe that, but I don't want to play guessing games all day long because, you're not wanting me to tell me what the
Mm-hmm.
issue is. I want to be able to solve the issue. And I know that in some cases people say, "Oh, well, if I have to tell you, then it means you don't really care enough to figure out for yourself."
Mm-hmm.
That's just not the way that I really think. I do try to do that as like a forward thinking thing, like, okay, how would this make me feel? And well, okay, maybe they're feeling like this, but if I try to like figure it out and I try to say, are you upset because of this, and you don't talk to me, that's going to be a problem. That's like a
Oh,
lack
very
of
much so.
communication. So
Yeah. Um, Playing it from the other side of things, like I will be honest, when I get angry, I get quiet. But for me, it's more so I'm trying to sort through my emotions and be like, okay, is my anger valid in this moment? Is it just me feeling butthurt because of something stupid? Or do I actually like, and I just need to get over it? Or is this actually something serious and I need to sort through my
express it.
words and
Yeah.
figure out how to express this to said person? So, which I know for us quiet angry people, a lot of us quiet angry people grew up with very loud angry people in the house, which was absolutely terrifying. So we learned
Mhm.
to internalize the anger. But also, yeah, like what Hood was saying, that's not healthy either. Um, like it's okay to I would much rather someone be a quiet angry than a loud angry.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Cause then at least like I don't know, there's no explosion, there's no screaming match, there's no potential like throwing of fists or anything, but at the same time, it's not, that doesn't mean that it's a green flag. It means that, okay, yes, you're angry and you're quiet, but don't stay quiet. You need to like communicate. You need to talk about it. You need to express why you're upset. It's like the whole like anger thing. Like, yes, you can feel angry, but don't stay there. You can feel like upset, but don't stay there. So
Yeah, exactly. And I think a really reasonable like middle ground is if I'm like, like what's going on, what's wrong, like because you're not talking to me or whatever, and you just say like, I just need time to be alone. I just need time to like be quiet and think for a little bit. I'm okay with that. I'm willing to give you your space because it's like, okay, well, as long as you do come back and then we can talk, that's okay. It's just when you want to perpetually be like, no, you should just know why I'm upset, and if you don't,
yeah,
and you
that's
don't really
not
care,
fair.
now that's not fair. Yeah.
Because
So,
yeah, some
I'd say
people. Oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you go. You go.
I was just saying, I just think it's probably beige then as far as that goes. So
Yeah, because it's yeah. Anyway, I don't. Oh man, I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's fine. It'll come back to me eventually.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's yep. And anything can be. I don't know. There's no right way of being angry unless you're actually hurting people and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Actually, no,
the
never mind.
right
That
way.
that came out wrong. No, that's not the right way. Sorry, you finish what you
No,
were
I
gonna.
knew what you meant. I knew
Okay,
what you
good.
meant.
I'm like, wait a
Like,
minute.
like I was interpreting it as the right way to be angry is to not do anything that hurts somebody else. Like
Yeah.
that, it's better to just try to like. I would rather someone start by internalizing and then find a proper way to externalize to get it out of their system than to just rage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just that my main thing is just like because I'm as a guy, I think it's a guy thing, but I'm not a band-aid person. I don't want to put a band-aid on something. I want to get to the root of the issue. And I'm not gonna play games about it because I don't got time for that. I think that's just drama at that point. Like let's figure out what's going on. So if it is a me thing, if I'm wrong, I'm okay to apologize. I'm not too big to do that, but I need to know what it is, and if I need to know kind of even if it's something like because guys and girls think differently. If it's just like,
Oh
well,
yeah.
I just this hurt my feelings, and if from my perspective, I'm like, okay, well that's not, I don't feel like that's particularly rational or whatever that you're getting upset over this, but because you are upset, like, okay, I can't, you're feeling something, and it's, I'm not going to say that you're bad for feeling that. So it's like, okay, well, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings or something, but I just hope you know that this is what I meant by that. I really didn't mean whatever. And then trying to have understanding both ways, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah. No, that's fair. And sorry, I'm just like browsing through chat and stuff, and
yeah.
yeah, a lot of people are saying like quiet mad is like, well, tell me you're angry. It's like, okay, I understand that and I agree with that. And this isn't me trying to be like, well, my angry way is the better way. Like, no, I'm not trying to say that at all. I have found that it's easier to have a conversation with someone who is quiet angry than loud angry.
Yeah.
But again, everyone's different. At least if someone's loud angry, they're like, I'm mad. It's like, okay, well, why are you mad? Because of this. Like, okay, how are we gonna work with this? Like, how are we gonna fix this? Like, what do you need? Whereas like quiet angry, it can slip into the I'm fine. Don't talk to me. It's like, that's not helping either. Like you're still angry. Something is still bothering you, and we need to talk about this. So I would throw this in beige. It's like communication, guys. It doesn't matter if you're in a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, a family, like communication. Communication is key.
Yeah. I'm more of a I'm not gonna hold a grudge type of a guy. We resolve things before we go to sleep. Yeah. No,
yes. It's biblical, guys. It's biblical.
Don't let the sun go down on your anger.
And sorry, when I say guys, everyone, I mean guys and gals. I just call everyone guys. So this isn't me like hating on guys when I'm like, yes, guys. And no.
That's such a misandrous. I just knew
it. If I could reach across the table and flick your forehead, I would. I'm mad, Hood.
Hey, thanks for expressing that to me. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're so welcome. Also, welcome in Armor and Crimson. Crimson, I've turned off. As you can see, we are not in the tavern, but we do have coffee and tea. Feel free to grab whichever one you like. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. There'll be more chalky milk next time. Okay, also, I don't want to, I'm so sorry, guys. I realize that a lot of people have said a lot of things in chat and a lot of really good things in chat, and I don't want to skip over things. And I don't feel insulted if I do skip over. It's not that, it's just time and
Sure, yeah.
topic things. So, but yes.
I'm trying to assist a little bit when I find something.
And you're doing fan freaking tastic, Hood. Like, if I had money, I'd hire you as an assistant right on the spot.
Thanks.
Ooh, sorry. Armor has a good point here. Armor also has a good point here. Which Grace alluded to earlier with like quiet angry is like feels like you're on the verge of exploding, which unfortunately is what happens when people keep internalizing their anger, which
bottle it up. Yeah.
If anyone knows Enneagram types, 9s are notorious for this. Hi, I am a 9. I also wrestle with this, just bottling everything up till it explodes. Armor Faith says sometimes quiet angry can explode sadly too, in my experience of watching my parents' arguments. My dad was the quiet angry kind of person that eventually he would just blow up. To be fair, my mom would sometimes do the same thing too. Yeah, exactly. Like relationships are hard, relationships are messy, and again, it's two imperfect people coming together and trying to navigate life together. So there's going to be messy moments, there's going to be angry moments or sad moments or whatever. It boils down to how are you going to deal with that then? Are you going to talk about it? Are you going to communicate? Are you going to try and fix things? Or are you just going to sit and let it fester and expect the other person to read your mind and stuff like that? Like that last one never goes well because no one is a mind reader. It doesn't work.
Yeah, for sure.
Canceled. What do you mean I'm canceled? Oh, wait, never. Yeah, when Hood said that earlier. I'm so behind on chat now. Good. Glory, hallelujah. Quiet angry meant barely constrained rage. They were punishing me for whatever they're okay. That makes more sense. Again, like the quiet angry is like, I'm not talking to you and I'm gonna make you sit there and suffer and like just try and figure out what you possibly that's not okay. That's not okay either. That's just as hurtful as like okay. Obviously to varying degrees. Like don't hear what I'm not saying. But like emotional and mental manipulation can be just as damaging as physical. You know? Just to different degrees. Obviously, like physically, like it hurts physically. Emotionally, mentally, it hurts that way, and you start questioning and spiraling, like, what did I do wrong? What happened? Like, I don't know. So double
in some cases, I would
cancels.
almost say that that the mental one can even be worse under certain circumstances because it can get you to a place where you question like who you are.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
very much so.
Depending on how bad somebody gaslights you or manipulates you and stuff like that, it can like rip you from like, you know, like your foundational stuff if you're not privy to it to some degree. So it's like I think that's something to be said too. But
yeah, no, that's fair. So yeah, end of the day, don't go to bed without dealing with the anger and the conflict and whatnot.
Right.
Communicate. And did I mention communicate? So, yeah, I think we put that in beige.
Beige, yeah.
Alrighty.
Pretty firmly there.
Yeah. Yep. Again, when it comes to anger, it's like I don't think there is any green flags with anger unless rather than getting angry and blowing up and stuff or shutting down or whatever, they communicate when they're angry in a healthy way. I think that would be the only green flag related to anger or the only thing that related to anger that I would consider a green flag is like healthily communicating when they're angry or when they're frustrated, when they're hurt or something, you know? So
yeah, for sure.
Speaking of angry, gets hangry, in brackets, angry when hungry. I'll be honest, gentlemen. I feel like most women get this way. And obviously not to like the extreme of like throwing things or getting like straight out mad or whatever, but you notice they're a little irritable.
Yeah.
Oh, you do it too, Crip? Okay, well, it's a male and female thing then. There we go. Let's go.
No, guys get that too. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're a little quieter about it and it'll come out like explosively under certain because I feel like guys usually will like they're like really adept at internalizing in many cases. So it's
Mhm.
like you just would take in the hunger you're taking in, and then just like the wrong thing happens, and you're just like you
Mhm.
know.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely have experienced that hangry type of a thing. So
Mhm. I I very much had a friend who would get hangry and would be like, "Hey, let's go get a snack." She'd be like, "Why? I don't want a snack." I'm like, "No, you do want a snack." Get her a snack, and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm feeling better." It's like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I wonder why. uh,
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably beige again. I mean, it's
yeah,
very
like,
solvable.
yeah, it's
Um,
definitely not a green flag, but I wouldn't throw it into a
no,
red flag because it's like
no.
it's
Yeah,
just it
it doesn't deserve
happens.
that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of part of being, I mean, the most that it is, like, I would say at worst, it just, again, shows a lack of discipline or whatever
Mhm.
because, that, oh man, when you're hungry, you lose control of yourself. But that's,
Mhm.
I don't know, that's
You're not you
basically
when
it.
you're hungry.
Exactly. It's the Snickers commercial.
I will say, I don't know about the men, but ladies, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you right now, all right? So, ladies, I understand that some of y'all, and if it's not you, then good job. I'm proud of you. But some of you use the excuse of, I'm on my period, so I can be an absolute witch. No. Same with hangry. I'm hangry, so I can be an absolute witch. No. That is not a pass for treating people like crap, especially
Yeah.
your boyfriend or your friends or your family or your coworkers. No. That is not a pass card. So smarten up because
Yeah.
that's not okay. Sorry,
If it
gentlemen.
ain't that time of the month, she can make her own food. Brother.
What? Who said that? Who's getting timed out?
Justin.
Justin!
That's funny.
Oh, I mean, very much so. Like, like again, don't put that all on the guy or whatever. Like, I'm hangry, make me food. It's like, girl, you have 2 legs. Go to the cupboard, get a granola bar or something. But I will say, gentlemen, you get a girl a snack when she's hangry, when she's on her period. Those are some brownie points. Those are some, those are some brownie points. Just saying, just saying. You don't have to, but if you want some brownie points.
This is the equivalent of like what I told you the other day, where it's like if
Yes.
you're like if you ask a guy, like if you just need him for little things, like can you open the pickle jar for me? They turn into
Oh my
golden. I'm telling you, they
gosh.
turn into golden retrievers, and they're just like, oh, pickle jar, pickle jar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Watch this. Watch how quickly I can open this. Like how to, you know. And then the icing on top is then you're just like, oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. They're like, yeah, I am a good boy. I freaking knew it. Yeah, what else do you need me to do for you? Such a guy thing. So real. I'm telling you right now. That's how you get guys, ladies. You just ask them for little things. Not like some big super big project or whatever. Just like, oh man, even if you could do it, right? It's like you could probably open the pickle jar, but it's like you get him to do it. And it's just like, oh man, I need someone to help me with this. He'll be like, I'm there. What do you need? I'm here. What? I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I'm not gonna lie, Hood, the amount of times that I've wished there's been a man because I cannot open the pickle jar. Let me tell you, I literally had a time. This is again, sorry, story times, guys. It's exploiting us for free labor. Oh, it's letting out all the secrets, boys. Oh no.
I'm revealing all the secrets. I'm sorry, boys.
Oh man. Like I still to this day have this vivid memory of I was renting a room in this building with like a bunch of other people, and thankfully I had the kitchen all to myself. Otherwise, actually no, it wasn't good that I had the kitchen all to myself because I was literally, guys, literally, I was jumping around the kitchen trying to open this pickle jar and just like, ah! And just like so frustrated. I tried running it under hot water. I tried using a rubber glove to open it. I tried smacking it with a knife and all these other things. I even like looked up on Google, like, are there any other ways? And I was this whole time, I was crying like, Lord, if I could have a man in my life right now, would be great because I really want my pickles. But I will say I did end up opening the pickle jar and I let out a loud victory screech. And then not even a minute later, one of my housemate's friends came out from the living room and he's like, oh, hi. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You were listening the whole time. Just like,
God
So that
puts us through tests and trials for our own good.
so mad. I was so mad.
Because we want to feel wanted, and this shows that you actually care and value us. Exactly, Volt gets it. Volt
Oh,
understands. That is so exactly what it is. It's just we just like being needed. It
yeah,
makes us feel good. You
yeah.
know?
Oh,
Even if
totes.
it's something dumb, even if you could do it yourself, we just want to do it.
Yeah. And again, like guys, we're sharing these things not to be like go out and exploit guys or girls, but it's like again, like men want to feel wanted and needed. So if you're asking them for help, that meets that need. Women, we don't know what we want half the time. We just want to be loved. So if you get us food, if you give us a hug, sometimes that's all we need. Just anyway.
So good.
I don't know. What were we talking about? We're talking about hangry. Did I?
Angry. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
you put
Cool.
it in beige, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. I'm like, I don't know where we are anymore. Appreciation works. Who'd have thought? Unfortunately, Maximum, in this day and age, we have to remind people that because some people are like, oh, woman should be in the kitchen and do whatever I say, or
yeah.
I need to be top dog and man needs to respect me and be under my heel. It's like, no, we need to go back to the basics, unfortunately, because common sense isn't common sense anymore. So it's unfortunate. So
Yeah.
that's fair, Maxim. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you know that from experience. It's it's stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. We have another kind of broad one. The next one is sleeps in.
Okay. But under what circumstances?
Yeah, I was gonna say because if they're constantly, yeah, exactly, Crims. Need context. So for me, I well, not right now that I have no job, but even still, I still wake up at a usual time, things like that. If I'm feeling sick or super tired, then I will allow myself to sleep in. But I'm very much a morning person. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to, not gonna lie, I used to judge my siblings for like sleeping in on Saturdays. I'm like, you're wasting your day. I slept
That's
in till
fair.
8 today. And they're like, that's great. Sleeping into me is noon. I'm like, you wasted your whole day. It's just,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
again,
I'm a night owl, so I like doing a lot of work at nighttime.
mhm.
But I just, to me, sleeping in is really just a bad thing if you're not getting stuff that is important to get done.
Mhm.
If everything's taken care of, I don't care if you sleep. Get sleep.
Mhm.
I don't care. But like, if stuff's not getting done because you're doing that, like you don't, again, a form of self-control. You have no ability to override your sleepiness and do what needs to be done. Then, yeah, that could be a problem. So I think that is instant beige, as Crimson said. I think that's.
Mhm.
I don't see it as a good or a bad thing. It's very neutral and it's context dependent. So.
Mhm. That's fair. Also, welcome in, Rabid. For me, when I have an anxious fit, rest and talking to friends helps. Amen to that. I agree.
Yeah.
And oh, what? Oh, there we go. Okay, it wasn't working for a second. But yeah, sleeps in. Yeah, I'd put that in beige because again, it's like there's nothing wrong with sleep until it becomes your number one priority, or you start putting it above other priorities that should be taking place. You know? So
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
yeah, I work overnight, so sleeping is kind of life. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have mad respect, Maximum, for people who can work overnights because
Yep.
I've tried and I'm a wreck. My whole body is destroyed. I've only had to do, what was it? The first time I had to live with my folks during COVID, I had to do a couple graveyard shifts just to like we were doing like some processing with grains and stuff and we had to keep it running all through the night. So I just had to be there to make sure nothing like blew up or went wrong and nothing ever did. So I just sit there and occasionally walk around banging on things and checking measurements and temperatures and stuff like that. But I only had to do that for 3 nights in a row max. And I needed a whole like I needed like almost a whole week to get back into the groove of things because it wrecked my body clock so bad. Oh,
No, it happens to us too. We just suffer. Us night owls.
that's
That's
fair.
basically it.
Well,
This
who
is
was?
why you get a certain acquired taste for coffee after certain circumstances.
Ah, it's all making sense now. It's all making sense.
Yeah, I use it when I need it, not all the time, but
Mm-hmm.
'cause I don't. It makes me shaky, makes me jittery. But
Oh no,
yeah, I don't like it.
that's
I don't like the effect it usually gives me. But sometimes you literally need it just to be able to like make it, because you get like
yeah.
the headaches, the tension headaches from being tired, and yeah, that's when
Oh
you can't
yes,
think.
yeah. It's like yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So who was it? Someone was telling me that like um actually never mind. I don't know how to explain. It was something about like every hour past midnight takes an hour or something off like your sleep cycle or whatever, even if you do get a full 8 hours of sleep. Like it
Oof.
messes up.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. And again, they might be wrong. I don't know. It made sense to me because I can if I go to bed at like 10 or 11 p.m. and I get up at like 5, 6, or 7, I feel better in those moments than if I went to bed at like 1 or 2 in the morning and then woke up at like 9 or 10. And it's like,
Yeah, and I feel like for me it depends too, because I found I can go to bed late and get up early and still feel better than
hmm,
if I went to bed late and got up late, or went to bed
ah,
early and got up late. If either of those two, if I'm ever getting up late, that's usually when I don't feel good. But if I get up early regardless, I still somehow feel better. Even if I'm really tired, I'll usually still feel better. It's really weird how that works. But
interesting. Okay.
yeah.
And again, like we've said, everyone functions differently or their bodies adapt differently than others. So,
Yeah, yeah.
maximum gets dizzy when tired. Okay. See, when I'm tired, I what is it? I get sick and my
Mm.
emotions are all over the place. So,
Oh, okay.
like what was it?
Interesting.
Like even like for sleepover parties as kids, I'd be like, "Nope, I'm going to bed because I'm tired." And we did I remember the first year we had like I don't know if you guys ever did this, but like the 30-hour famine. I don't know if you guys did that back down in the States
Mm.
back in the day.
Mm.
Basically a bunch of kids would raise money and starve ourselves for 30 hours and then send the money to like a good cause or something. And some of us would try and stay up for all the entire 30 hours, which was awful. Actually, no, I think it was worse to actually go to sleep and wake up really hungry and not be able to eat. Um, but yeah, no, I stayed up for the 30 hours. I maybe snuck like an hour nap somewhere. And I went
Mm.
home and I was sick. I like not like I don't know how to describe it, but my whole body felt sick for like the next 2, 3 days, trying to like
Yeah.
catch up on sleep and everything. So because I know that, I'm very much like, I need my sleep. People are like, oh, you can. I'm like, no, 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 no. You don't understand. I need my sleep. It's not because I'm like, oh, I need my beauty sleep so I don't get wrinkles. It's like, no, I don't care about the wrinkles. I care about not feeling like crap the next day and feeling sick. And I'm already an emotional person. So the less sleep I get, the less filter I have on my emotions. So knowing that, trying to take better care of myself so that I don't get to that point where people have to see sick and emotionally unstable cat.
I
So
think we need sleep deprived cats so we can see what happens when you bring out the true emotions. Just like
see,
no
that's
tolerance for my shenanigans ever. Just
I have
completely.
there's varying levels of sleep deprived cathood. I have done 24-hour streams before, and let me tell you, I don't remember some of those like it literally feels like I was drunk. And someone took a clip of it, like I lost the footage, but someone took a clip from it. I have no recollection. I was playing Uno with my mod Yoshi, and I don't know what we were talking about. I don't even remember this happening. I don't remember us playing Uno, but there's a clip of me playing Uno and we're both like, shh, no one will know. Hee 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 hee. It's like, I'm literally live streaming to like, I don't know, there's probably like 5 or 10 people in chat at that point because it was the middle of the night. But I'm like,
Yo,
who is that? Like, what the heck?
that's so funny.
Oh, so there is giggly sleep deprived cat. Then there's like super tired, maybe a little grumpy cat, second wind cat, and then I don't know, just done with life and maybe just crying about stupid things cat. I don't know. It's just Lots of things happen.
Yo.
That's Prime
That's so
streaming
funny.
content. No, it's not. Because knowing you guys, it's gonna get clipped and it's gonna get referred to for the next however long I decide to stream on this platform.
It becomes part of your lore.
I know, that's the scary thing, and especially if I don't remember the lore, that's like, what are you guys quoting? Like, oh, remember that time? Like, I don't actually. This is why I'm afraid to drink, because like at least when I'm like silly, haha, hee hee, funny, usually I can remember that. Whereas like I'm scared. I'm scared to ever see drunk cat. I've had some people be like, "Oh, you just need a safe group of people to try it out." I'm like, "Nope, I'm too scared." I've seen so many different drunk people because again, like
Yeah.
I hung out with my Filipino community. There was always drinking and alcohol there and stuff, and I saw all sorts of different types of drunk, and it was funny and it was terrifying. So it's like
Yeah.
I am scared, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, I like being soberly minded as well. It's just, I mean, there's just that's a whole nother topic. There's probably in here for drinking for a flag.
Oh,
or something like
probably.
that, so maybe probably better to save it for then. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's fair. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like all over the place today.
No, that's-
Did I mention I'm
that's good.
tired? Slightly sleep deprived cat is starting to slip out.
Nice.
Oh, Grace says sleep deprived Grace has stages. Stage 1, energy, all the things at once. Stage 2, punchy, funny time. Stage 3, tired and sleepy. Stage 4, big sad.
Not
Girl,
big
I
sad.
feel that in my soul.
Oh, not big sad.
Oh man, actually, hold on. I realize we're almost done the 3 hours anyway, so at this point I'm like, well, you know what? Whatever. I need to show you guys a clip. And again, like, y'all will just be like, oh yeah, like, that's normal for people to do that. This is not normal for me. I used to be very nice and very like, oh, like, I can't show my frustration or when I'm upset in games, especially when I'm live streaming and with friends and stuff. This was Rage Cat. Hold on a second. Let me find you guys this video
boy,
here.
content. Let's see.
Hood, I'll send you the link again so that you don't have
Yeah.
to try and.
Oh, yeah,
my
you showed
gosh.
me, right? I think I remember. Yeah. Okay. If you did, if that's the one I'm thinking of.
Was it the Risk one? We're playing Risk.
No. Oh, I don't think so. No.
So
I
there's
don't think I saw
multiple.
that.
Oh gosh, Hood, how are we still friends?
Maybe you weren't truly upset with the one you showed me then, and I'm just misremembering or something.
Oh, that is Kat has progressed into letting her emotions show and stuff. Yes, Mario Kart, Brady. Yes, that is also when I get a little ragey. But this was like the very first time, and we were doing like an all-nighter game event thing with some friends. Here it is. Okay, hold on a sec. Pausing. Okay. And again, it's not that bad. But looking back, I was like, dang, I was like, that's not me.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, click.
Oh, Cat doesn't stand a chance.
Oh, fight me, Doom. Oh, wait, you can't.
Y'all.
I'm sorry, that was really mean. I'm so sorry.
Cat,
I'm
that was
so sorry,
the
Doom.
most fire comeback I have ever heard in my entire life.
Wait, sorry.
And I would like to
so sorry.
applaud you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my Cat, I love you dearly. That was absolutely savage, and I deserved every ounce of it.
Wait.
Yo, let's go.
Okay, so to give some context, because some people are like, wait a minute, like what? We're playing Risk. We're not allowed to play Risk anymore after, I don't think it was this night, but the night after, because everyone was getting so angry at each other. I had like different people in my friend group privately DMing me like, I can't stand this person, and I'm like, so we had to ban playing Risk. But at this point, my friend who is like, who I just apparently burned or whatever, he had already died in game. He was no longer able to play in game. So I was snarky, and he was like, oh, she's not gonna win, you're not gonna win, oh ha. And I'm like, fight me. Oh wait, you can't, you're already dead. And he's like, So
Shooting the sidelines. Let's go.
At that point, I had been like very much like, I don't know, like a very chill, cozy streamer type deal. And like, no, I don't get mad, I don't get sassy, I don't get snarky and stuff. And it's like, so it just threw all of us. And you can hear me at the end. I'm like, I'm actually like tearing up. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like that was really mean.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Kat, this is so tame compared to the stuff that I've been a part of. Oh my gosh.
I'm
This
not
is nothing but
surprised, Hood. I'm
the-
not surprised.
The things that some of the friends that I've played with have said to each other are like devastating when we walk away being like friends still after, but it's like it's just crazy some of the stuff that I've been a part of.
Oh,
my
yep.
gosh.
Yep.
I never showed you my oh my gosh. Hold on. Maybe I can show you. If we're at the end, are we at the end of
This
the
is basically the end. Yep. We'll
okay, for now, and then we'll come back to it a different time.
guys, we still have all this still to go. Like I said, you
There's
guys
so
submitted
much.
over 100 things. Oh no,
man.
did you guys miss it? Because of the ad? Oh shoot. Okay,
oh, no.
Well, while Hood's looking for that, I'll play it again. I'll play it again while Hood's looking for his thing. There we go. Okay, I'll show you guys one more time.
Oh, Cat doesn't stand a chance.
Oh, fight me, Doom. Oh wait, you can't.
Y'all.
I'm sorry, that was really mean. I'm so sorry.
Cat,
I'm
that was
so sorry,
the
Doom.
most fire comeback I have ever heard in my entire life.
Wait, sorry.
And I would like to
I'm sorry.
applaud you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of it. Cat, I love you dearly. That was absolutely savage, and I deserved every ounce of it.
Wait.
So. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Grace has a nice summary there. Thanks, Grace. Shout out to Grace being a phenomenal mod today. Thanks for helping a sister out. I appreciate it.
I can't find. I'll have to find a different time. I don't.
Ah,
exactly know
bummer.
what it is in this short amount of time, but.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. It's like, guys, we have so much. We have so much.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you feeling? Hood?
This was fun. I really enjoyed this. This
Oh,
was really
good.
good. Yeah, seeing all that. I mean, we could easily conquer that in an afternoon or something on a different occasion, surely.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We'll plan for this for next week. We're not gonna bump this next Saturday because we already have a session planned for next Saturday. And the king of gaslighting himself over here is gonna be back, and we're gonna have another special surprise guest. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be lots of monologuing.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of monologuing.
I do like to yap, if you haven't found that out already.
Dude, I made a whole series so that I could just sit here and yap. So you're amongst good company. Oh. Okay, there's so many in here. Some of them are like, okay, this is gonna be good, like conversation builder, and some of these I'm like, these are just funny.
Does that say they're white? What does that say? Wait, what's that one in the
Wait,
middle
what?
say?
In the
They're
middle?
what? What does that say? I can't read it because I'm looking at 4 pixels on my screen. What is that? What does
Oh,
that
they're
say?
vegan?
Vegan. Oh, I couldn't read what
They're
that said.
white?
I thought that said they're white. I'm like, hello? Like,
Forget my parents being racist. I'm actually the racist.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, wait a minute, I gotta be reading that wrong, but I couldn't tell what that word said.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and just to give you guys a little bit of a like a little bit of a tease, because y'all are gonna want to come back for this. There's some here. There's literally one that says extremely into politics, and then the one right after says hates politics.
Yo. Oh man. Those are some good ones.
What are some other ones? Burps around you loudly.
Yo.
Knows every lyric to All Star by Smash Mouth.
Somebody once told me the world was gonna rule. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Okay, I feel called out once again, guys, and how dare you. Snorts when they laugh. At least he didn't put wheeze. At least he didn't put wheeze. Otherwise, I'd be very offended by that. Especially depending on all y'all's reaction to that. Like, oh, red flag. Like, well, shucks. Bye, everybody. That was you, Crimson. Okay, Crimson. I know that you and Grace. Shout out to Crimson Crusader and Daughter of Zion. Grace, I don't know if you stream. I know Crimson streams. Y'all go give Crimson a lovely follow.
Yeah.
Those two carried this tier list. Like, I don't know how many they submitted, but they both individually shared that they were sharing a lot. And looking at this, yes, they very much shared a lot. So,
That's so funny.
oh man, they like jazz music. You like jazz, Hood?
You like jazz? I think the better question is, do you like smooth jazz? Have you ever seen that clip? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I only know that you like jazz.
Oh, okay, that one you got to see too. That's
Oh man,
I love that one. I think it's totally clean. Like I think it's just that. Hold on.
that's fair. That's fair.
Hold on.
Oh my
Let me see.
gosh, I think I sent
Um,
about 15 to 20. I did at least 25. Oh man, y'all, I only put 5. I think I only put 5 in here. I think well, maybe 6. I only put 5 or 6 in here. So
Maybe I can put some in between now and next time if I think of any. If that's still open, I don't know if that's still open to put stuff in.
I mean, hey, if you want to, I will happily add it. It just won't be and guys, I will share the link to this. The ones that we do add though won't be if people try click the link and do it themselves, it won't be there, but that's okay. That's fine.
Got you. Okay.
But yeah, if you guys also want to tier list this yourselves, I'll make sure to post the link somewhere. I won't do it until after we do our tier list so that nobody sways our opinion. It'll just be all natural. Idiot that does not pay attention to Cat's events. No, it's fine, Ferric, you're okay. Everyone's busy. It's okay. You guys have lives. I don't, so it's okay.
Yo, so true for me too.
I'm
Man,
just
face.
happy y'all are here, and like the fact that Hood's here too. I'm like, dang, I have a friend. This is great.
I'm gonna need you to play this clip though.
Okay, gotcha. Give me a second here. Oh no. Okay, hold on a second. Let me literally pause music here that it
One of
keeps
my
pausing on
favorites.
itself. All right.
Classic.
You gonna count us down there, man?
I'm gonna count us down. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, click.
You wanna see my power level, huh? You like jazz? I can go beyond this. But I can go beyond this.
Oh no.
You like smooth jazz?
I love it so much.
That is amazing.
I love it so much. You like smooth jazz? Wait, actually, I think can I do it right now? Let me see. I don't know if that came through, but
It did.
let's go.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
Oh, I love it so much. But I can go beyond this.
Oh man.
It's so funny to me. Oh.
Oh, my face hurts, guys. This has been a great episode. Oh man. Oh, I knew the internet had a reason. Just
It
for
was
that
this
clip.
purpose alone.
Just this moment. For this moment in time. Oh my good glory. Okay, I'm actually curious. I need my face hurts equals good episode. Exactly. Pain equals good episode. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. We only got there 24, guys.
Yo, my goodness.
We only got there 24.
I feel like a lot of them like needed to have conversations though, you know? It's like
That's fair. That's
they need
fair.
explanations, so it's necessary.
Hood, you're newer to my channel. I feel like I haven't been completely honest with you about these
Uh-oh.
tier list sessions.
Yeah.
I've been known to take months trying to get through some tier lists because there's so much. I will say, it's usually the anime ones because there's so much to talk
Yeah.
about.
Fair.
But
Fair.
we may finish this next time. We may not finish this next time, and there's no
Yeah, I'm here for
pressure.
it.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, there's no. You haven't signed a contract, so there's no obligation to stay.
If I can be there, I want to be there.
Okay,
because I already
perfect.
started this. I want to finish it.
Great. You guys heard that, right? Someone write that down. Someone clip that. He can't say no to that.
Clip it right now. Clip
Clip it
it.
right now. Do it. Let's go into overtime, guys. Okay, here's why. Here's why we're not going to overtime. First of all, actually, no, I can't even use that excuse, Hood. The first time we streamed together, it was 5 hours.
Yeah, we went into mega overtime.
We went into mega overtime. So I can't even say, guys, this is Hood's first time. We gotta be nice. But also, y'all, I'm hosting a Christmas movie afternoon in an hour and a half. So
Yeah.
I need to give y'all time to like go get food, go do your responsibilities you need to deal with today. Stop procrastinating and go do it. Or if you've been doing it while listening, great. Bonus points for you. Good job. But yes,
Yay.
at 1:30 p.m. MST, I will be hosting in the Discord server. I'll be hosting Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, because that is my all-time favorite Christmas, well, one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. And then after that, we will decide as a group, because again, I like doing polls, but sometimes people don't show up. So we'll decide as a collective group then which movie we're gonna watch afterwards, or if people are just only wanting one movie. So it's fine.
Whenever you watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, I gotta be there. I love that movie.
Well, how does the rest of your day look? Because I think some people were talking about that.
So I got some stuff. Actually, that was one of the things I was gonna have to say here if we weren't stopping. So you just happened to say that you wanted to stop now, which worked out for me because I'm like, I do actually have stuff I gotta do. But if I'm around later, around the time that's gonna happen, then I should be. I just don't know. I don't know how long this is gonna take. The stuff I gotta do IRL.
Okay, well, how about this? Out of respect for our new grounded friendship and my lovely unofficial assistance when it comes to keeping an eye on chat, we're gonna hold off on Nightmare Before Christmas until Hood is able to join us. Because
Yes,
I think also
I have to be there to sing every song, or at least most of them, because I know most of them.
excellent. I didn't even know it was a sing along. I knew of like 1 or 2 songs and that was it.
I love that movie.
Oh man. All right. Well, there we go, guys. We will not be watching that today, just out of respect of our wonderful friend Hood, which in case you didn't notice, he's got a YouTube channel, which you should go check it out. Hold on a sec. There we go.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. That's you're asking for people to come and attack you, yo. You better be
Lies,
careful.
slander, blasphemy. Oh man, I gotta clean my PC ASAP in hopes I don't break anything so I can join. Been lurking. No worries, Lizzie. That is A-okay. Also, welcome in, hon. Good to see you.
what's
But
up?
yeah, y'all make sure to go check out Hood over on the YouTubes. And
Thanks.
Hex, give him a follow here on Twitch. Maybe we can convince him to stream here too,
She's been
Who
trying to
knows?
get me back on here. She's trying to pull me back in like it's the mafia.
One of us. Thanks for the
Oh,
hydrate, Dan.
Oh, Dan, thanks, man. Chug.
Oh my gosh. But yes. Anyway, I think that's all I've got. I think that's all we've
Yeah.
got. We're gonna save the rest. The
Sounds
other,
good.
what is it? 97, 96, something like that. There's still
Yo.
we
let's
finally got to the double digits, but still, that's so
Let's
many.
go.
That's so many, guys.
Hopefully some of these will be a little more cut and dry and won't be so like where you can debate about them for a long time.
I
'Cause, like,
think
Not loving Jesus. I mean, we did talk about that for a little while, but that was pretty much just like red flag, next question.
oh man. Yeah, it just I'm looking at some of these and I'm like, some of these I think we can be like, we've already talked about this, we can, but other ones I'm like, it's gonna be a long chat. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a long chat. But it's fine. It's okay.
It's so funny.
We'll
I'm here
get
for
there
it.
when we get there. You heard it here first, folks. Hood is here for it, and y'all gotta hold him accountable to that, okay? Okay, good. All right, there's no escaping, Hood. You are now stuck with us. There is no escaping this. There's no escaping us. You are now part of the crew, and you cannot leave.
I am
Sorry, not
trapped.
sorry.
That is okay.
I was not expecting that to come out of your voice. This is anime tier list all over. Yeah, Lizzie knows. Lizzie knows.
I did my own over on my channel for my 1,000 subscribers. I did like a whole every anime I've ever seen.
How long did
list.
it take you to get through yours?
A few hours. It took a few hours.
Only a
but
few hours?
I was running. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I
okay.
was running. I didn't stick on any too terribly long. I just kind of said my main points and ran, so because I had too many.
That's fair. That's fair. Who is it? Oh, it's Will, another one of my mods. Like, he does the math. Like, he sits there and like sees how long we take on like topics and things like that, and he'll do the math and be like, okay, so it's taking you this many minutes to talk about these characters. So multiplying that by however many you have left, it's gonna take you this many hours to get through it. And I'm like, don't remind me, I'm trying, but there's a lot to say.
Yeah, I had to just cut and dry say stuff. I had to basically just be like, Toradora, I really like this one. It's my favorite of the rom-coms. That's my guilty pleasure. Taiga's one of the best characters I've seen in anything. Okay, moving on. And then it was like, I just had to like run. And I'm like, if you disagree, you're wrong. Okay, moving on.
I mean, hey, you know that's one way to assert your dominance and be like, if you think I'm wrong, meh. Just
Gurren Lagann, it's the greatest anime of all time, no question. Moving on. And I'm a little facetious, but it was basically like that, where I'm just like, I'd get into it a little bit if I felt like it warranted it, and then, there's a handful though that I'm like, I don't remember them well enough to be able to say whether I super liked it or super didn't. So
see, that's what I was struggling with too with mine, is like some of these I'm like, I've only seen once and I haven't seen them for years. So then I was sitting there like, I'm just trying to remember here. And then either chat would be like, oh yeah, I remember this, and like refreshing my memory. Or I think there was like a couple that like Lizzie had seen. And so I'm like, I'm just going to rely on you because I don't remember. And oh yeah, it was like 3 or 4 days, Lizzie. I will say the longest tier list. And it wasn't even that many things. We kept adding to it, which was also part of our problem. Was I think it was my first year streaming, and I grabbed good old Charles Q Banks, guys. Go give him a follow. He's also a phenomenal Christian streamer. I asked him like, hey, would you like to do a fictional couples tier list with me for Valentine's Day? He's like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. And we grabbed like a couple other friends. But it took us 3 months. It took us 3 months.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't like an everyday thing. I think we did like 2 or 3 episodes each week, but it took us 3 months.
That's crazy.
Also, have a great day, Dreamy. It's just... But again, we were having fun. Like, I had other friends pop in and out and stuff like that. And like, Charles and I, like, we're both big anime nerds and just like, what is it, like romance nerds and stuff like that. So we were having a great time. Like, we'd probably spend like at least half an hour close to half an hour talking about each couple and the storyline and stuff like that. And yeah, Lizzie, this was unfortunately before your time, but maybe it was a good thing it was before your time, because I'm pretty sure there were maybe like, I don't know, 7 people in chat, and 5 of them were in voice chat with me.
Oh.
So it was sad, but we had fun. It was a good time. So I love these kinds of things. Even if there was nobody in chat right now, I love these types of things. I love getting to like just chat and nerd out and hear other people's opinions. Sometimes, maybe like tee hee ha ha, I'm gonna fight you if you say bad things about my character, but
Oh man, yeah. That's one of the ones that I get super opinionated over too.
Well, someday we're gonna have to we'll solidify our friendship a little bit more, and then we'll give that a try, just in case. Just in
Yeah.
case.
Oh
Yes,
my
Crimson, I
God.
did admit that I just wanted to yap. Like, that's kind of goes with being a streamer, just maybe. All right, y'all. Volt is actually live right now and doing his Bible study on the Gospel of Luke. So we're gonna go raid him.
Sounds good.
Let me see here. We got our regular raid message. We got our raid message for subscribers. Feel free to copy either or. Just know that if you are not subscribed, the Charlie emote ones won't work. So sorry, but you know, it's fine. All right, let me see here. We got raid. Make sure I spell people's names correctly because I suck at spelling people's names for some reason. That's my red flag. Can't spell. I'm a little dyslexic over here. It's all good. Oh, thanks for joining us, Lizzie. This is, oh man, again, I love getting to do this with you guys. I just love conversation and discussion and getting to know y'all better. So this was fun. And Hood, thank you so much for giving of over 3 hours of your time this morning.
No, this is fun. I appreciate it. And like I said, all the chats freaking base too. No one was like, no, there wasn't really any animosity. Everybody was pretty much just like, nope, no, I pretty much agree with that. I think that makes sense. So.
I mean, you know, there were a couple times people wanted to cancel us, but you know, all in good fun. All in good fun.
Us? I mean, I think it was mostly you because you know, we're not gonna bring up the misandry thing again. So.
Oh yeah, no, like that, no, that was all me, guys. That was all me.
Yeah,
Ladies
no,
and
I'm a
gentlemen,
perfect little ray of sunshine. I never do anything wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hoodlamut the Gaslighter.
Gaslighting's not even a thing, Kat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, don't start with me. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And as always, remember you are awesome and you are loved. Mwah! Take care. God bless. We'll see you guys next time. I will be on Discord, 1:30 p.m. MST. Join us for Christmas movies. Bye.